Okay, and we're live. I gotta turn on the desktop audio because I turned it off. Because I don't want to hear the music right this second. And it definitely wasn't because I was listening to TikToks or anything. I have this thing where just like anytime there's any sort of downtime, I'm like, oh shit, that's so loud. Sorry about that. Anytime I have any downtime, I'm like, alright, time to watch TikTok, I guess. And so I do. And yeah, I fucked up that tentacle so bad. That's why I was like, fuck. Also, I gotta add my girl. Hopefully she's in here. Yeah, she's in here. Unless I moved her. Because I did move some files around the other day, so... Of course. I gotta stop doing that. How dare I organize? Yeah, there she is. Hey! At least she's in the right place. How we doing today, guys? How we feeling? I was a busy bee this morning. I got a lot of... And plus, I was busy last night. I went to the fair last night. I wasn't expecting to go. It was a lot of fun. I still have, like, the paint on my hand that they, like, stamped. And you can see my cute little cup. Cute little lemon cup. I spent $10. Luckily, though, I didn't spend much more money than that on, like, things at the fair. But the cup was too cute. It was too cute. I had to at least get, like, one souvenir, basically. Not whip it out, bro. What are you... I look back. Snacks is like doing 50 Shades of Tentacle up in here. What is this? It's so good to have you back, man. The chat was not the same without you. Also, speaking of chat, my last stream that I did was the Sims one, and I lost the chat the entire time. I didn't find it after the stream. I don't know where it went during the stream. I hope it doesn't happen again this week, because that was annoying as fuck. But it's back. It's back, so don't worry. I know, what the fuck? It was so dumb. It did. It ran away from me. I don't even know why. I've never had that happen before, so I was like, what the fuck? And I thought it was just like, I don't know. But it's here today, and hopefully it's here to stay, because it's a lot harder to stream without it when you have your little widget here. I mean, granted, I could look at it. I was looking at it on Twitch at one point, because I couldn't find it, and it was hard. Whatever. What was the other thing? Oh, okay, this really doesn't concern until next week, but I'm about to start babysitting a lot more consistently, so I think I'm going to have a lot more night-specific streams, which isn't, like, the biggest deal in the world. I don't know if they're, like, night, but they'll definitely be, like, late afternoon, more evening time streams, which isn't my ideal time to stream, but it's either that or not at all. So... yeah, but not during the weekends, because I think I babysit like Sunday through Thursday, so I'm off like Friday and Saturday, so I can actually have daytime streams on Friday and Saturday. I'll figure it out, but ultimately, at least the ones during the week are going to be evening streams, so just keep that in mind. Also, this lemonade cup is a lemonade cup, but there's no lemonade in it. It has apple juice. Because that's all I had. But now I want to get lemonade full time so I can have lemonade in my damn lemonade cup. Joy, did you add Stream Elements bot? No, I don't think I did. What that? I mean, it's a bot, clearly, for Stream Element. I don't know if this stream is the place to do it ultimately, but, you know, if it's a simple thing, I could do it real fast, that's for sure. Not, I'm out of practice. The apple juice and the lemon. Yeah, it's a weird fruit concoction I did over here. But hey, I've put lemon in my apple juice before. No, don't worry about it. I was asking because it's in the chat, but not modded. What the hell? Does it need to be modded? Because I think I could do that real fast, probably. Well, you could follow it too? Why would I follow you? I mean, I'll do it. Yeah, I can't mod it just easy peasy. Manage suspicious user. No. That's not the thing to do. Yeah, I'll just have to look it up. The Google machine. We can worry about it later. Okay, no problem. I can whisper to it. tell it sweet things in its ear. Okay, So, Gray, don't be mad at me. I was very busy, and some of the things you know why I was busy, but I kind of got caught up doing that, and I didn't come up with OCs, so we're going to have to come up with OCs on the spot. Usually not my ideal way to do this kind of thing. I do like to be ahead of the game, but hey, maybe we could just randomize some shit and see what happens. So, we finished all of Silver Shields. For the people who don't know, we finished all of it with Effie, who's here, and technically she doesn't need to be here because I'm about to play as another motherfucker, so actually Effie get lost. But that's Effie. She romanced Serendipity, and technically probably Frelly too, even though we really didn't go that far into it necessarily, but like, you know, she's open. So this time around we're definitely going to be shooting for like the Roddy and Wit train, and then also Jin. Like, I need somebody specifically for Jin, because Jin, I don't know what to make of them, like, at all. I don't know. Like, they're very specific. Last stream, I was just like, this character is so funny, and everything she says is like, I don't know what to make of it. I really don't. And I'm gonna need to match their freak, is what I'm saying, in the most backwards way possible. So we're going to be playing through technically all the chapters again, but like kind of fast forwarding to the choices and stuff. Hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully the music isn't too loud. If you remember the Travelers and Tales streams, it's basically just like that. Must know how to cook. That's the only thing. One of my characters is going to lie and just like not cook very well at all. Luckily, Effie could cook. But this one, you know, but not necessarily. Okay, now the real question. I think we should save Roddy and Wit for last, because those were who I was the most excited about when I wanted to play the game initially. And also I know for a fact I could just like go full polyamory, which, you know, we got to save the best for last. And not to say Jin isn't great, but, you know, my curiosity is tickling me. So I have to think of someone who will really match the vibe. I already played as Effie, who's technically she, her, so I'm tempted to play as a he, him, or at least a they, them. I'm feeling a dude for Jin, though. I don't know why. Like, just, I don't know if it's gonna be Guy TM, which is always my go-to when it comes to these fucking characters. But Jin's, like, so specific. I just need somebody who's, like, curious, open-minded, maybe a little dumb, you know, just, like, if it's a dude, he's got just like a sprinkle of dumb, you know, just like just a hint, a pinch, you know. Guy, it's not the same as man TM. Guy TM. There's the genders, the three genders. There's dude TM, guy TM, man TM. God, okay, and we're gonna go to our good old friend Pinterest for a name, and the first name that I like is the one I'm gonna stick with, because I ain't got Joy. I love my meds too. I do. Not in real life, but definitely in fiction. A stupid man in real life is just a chore. God damn, I look awful. This lighting is awful. I'm so sorry, guys. I look like Ren. Like I'm on fire. Jesus H. It's because I have like a night setting on my screens because my eyes hurt because I'm old. German names for boys. Alrighty, German. Little German boy. What's that fucking meme? Watch out, little German boy. You're about to romance Jin. Why German? I don't know. It was the first thing that popped up on my Pinterest. So to me, that's just... His name's Wilhelm. Europe is the worst possible continent. OMG, content servant. There we go, we did it, content servant. Here we are. I can't do a German accent, I'm not going to, because it's already offensive enough. So, Wilhelm. Is that how they... Oh, that's... There's no I in that. Wilhelm, there you go. Not William. Willem. Will.I.am. Is that spelling right? Yeah, it is. I had to double check it myself, so... Oh, yeah. I'm content servant. Yeah, see? Klitz is down to the next question. And how do you prefer we refer to you? I prefer you don't refer to me at all, actually. Choose your first one. Now we're gonna be a stinking him. My pronouns are he, because I'll never be him. I'll never be Wilhelm. This is stupid. This is stupider than I was anticipating. Custom pronouns serve. God. He marks that down with a nod. As you should. Good to know. It is. Alright. We're just like flamboyant little German boy. What that honestly is better than anything I could have thought up if I had more time. So, as an adventuring guild, we are often faced. Yeah. We've been through this. I don't know how much of this I should read through. Willem is a gnome. You know what? Fuck it. They're a gnome. Martial art, a mix of both martial and magic. I'm tempted to make them another magical person. Fuck it. They're more magical. I don't give a fuck. Do I have 2 mages as OCs? Maybe. Fucking maybe. You know? A mage then. Yep. That's me. He makes a note. It's just like a gnome with little spells. You know, little garden spells. German man have big egos and tiny weenies. Checks out. Confirmed. Big ego, tiny weenie. That's us. Holy shit. How does your magic manifest itself? Control of the elements, healing, illusions, or animal shape-shifting. I'm tempted to do animal shape-shifting because Jin's a deer. So, like, we could be deers together. It could be fun. He raises a brow. Not raises a brow. Look, Darius. Impressive. If I notice any new creatures around camp, I'll know who it is then. Just like, who the fuck is this? Yeah, he writes all that down, taking his time. Very good. Dude, where's my Darius game? I know you've already speculated about doing it, but I'm like, every time I see this mode, I'm just like, he was made for me. You literally were like, what would Joy like? And then you made it, and then you put it in the game, and then you said, but you can't have it. Nope, not for you. To be fair, though, I got everybody else as well, so I'm just greedy. That's what that is. He's hot for real. Correct? Ding, ding, ding. For the next question, I would like to know what talents or skills. None. I bring nothing to this camp. If anything, I'm going to make it worse. I'm going to make it worse than I found it. Coercive? Nope. Observant? Maybe. Academic? Cunning? No. Let's go with observant. Observant's good, you know. Someone who can understand people and situations. Good, yeah. But you can't have it. Great, why do you do this to me? I'm thirsty. We're breezing through. Good. BRB heating up my food. Ooh, tell us what you're eating when you come back. Also, you saying BRB in the chat made me think of, like, that old PewDiePie comment. And this is, like, ancient. Where the kid was like, BRB, PewDiePie, gotta do my chores. But he came back and he replied to himself and he goes, okay, I'm done. This is so sweet. Leftover Chinese. I want Chinese so bad. Okay. Call it curiosity more than anything else to get a feel of what your origins are. My family comes from... Nope. I was a bounty hunter. That's crazy. No. I live secluded from civilization. Possibly. I was a scholar. Maybe. I served in a temple. Probably not. I was involved in some shady business. My past is my own. Not the mysterious gnome boy. No, I feel like we live secluded from civilization. We're just a fucking loner. We're like good with... Okay, here's my headcanon. So they think they're good with people. That was a self-admission. But I would say that they're not at all. They just think that they are. They're Delulu. So like when they talk to Jin and stuff, like they're probably vibing, right? But they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so good with people. I feel like I really understand them. They don't get shit. They don't understand anything about anybody. They're like, oh my god, Wit loves me. Like, we're best friends. Like, we've been best friends since the moment we started. Or, like, just things that are just objectively not true at all. Like, love that. Just love a fucking idiot. Well, in a way, you still will be, with perhaps a few others, if you consider that seclusion or not. Hey, I'll take it. Another question, and it's a follow-up. Do you worship any of the divine pantheon? We can make accommodations for your worship here. We have no temple at the encampment yet, but all faiths are welcome. Nah. We still don't follow the divine. I guess I'll save that for last, because I'm interested with some of the dialogue that's related to that. And that is welcome too. Someone thinking Gwen is their BFF while he is stealing is fucking hilarious. Best dynamic for real. Just friends by delusion. We only have a few of the faithful in camp. Barking that down, he nods. There's one thing I am obligated to ask. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the region, but under the jurisdiction of the Azlador Empire, all mages must... Okay, we have our license this time. Or do we? Well, let's see. It's often acquired either through the Empire itself or one of the temples is able to provide it. But before I can bring you on, I just need to confirm that you have a license. I'm waiting for this to come back because Effie doesn't have her fucking license. And any day, Darius is gonna be like, license? Where's that? And she's gonna be like, I don't fucking know. He's a good gnome boy. He's just delusional. He looks at me expectantly. Yes, I have mine right here. Wonderful. No issues then. I wasn't expecting any. Well, thank you for answering all of those. It's been very informative, yeah. I'm sure the others in the guild will be eager to meet the new recruit less formally. Oh, one last thing before we get going. It said on the recruitment poster that we required our next member to be a cook. We haven't had the best luck, any of us. You're able to cook, right? Okay, again, this is where the delusion comes in. They've only cooked for themselves. So to them, they're like, oh yeah, my cooking is fucking fire. Like, that shit always hits. But, like, in reality, it's probably shit. It's probably not that great. The license is the Chekhov's gun. True, it is. If you say you don't have one, but are willing to have one, there's different dialogue with it as well. Ooh. Now I want to see it. Okay. Wouldn't have taken the job if I couldn't. Yes, I'm comfortable being the party cook. That was a requirement? I can't cook. Okay, no. Yes, I'm comfortable being the party cook. You have no idea how glad I am to hear that. The last person who tried to sign up, he places the paper away. Well, Willem, I forgot her name. We're done. You're our newest recruit, though the only one you have to answer to is me. You've done plenty of answering already. We take on missions and scout out the areas. I think the beginning of this game is really strong. Like, I know that seems so simple, but I really like when they have, like, an organic, like, interview process for your character, like, at the beginning. It's so good. Love it. Sometimes people contact us about problems, sometimes we run into them ourselves. This place is known for being high in monstrous and unnatural activity. It's why the guild was started in the first place. Our commitment is to keep the region... Sorry, I'm reading some things because some things I kind of forgot. It's been a while. And its people safe, though most of our time will likely be spent in the camp rather than out in the field. We have some wooden walls around the place and scouting towers to keep an eye out. We also have a small training yard, but we hope to continue to expand as we take on our contracts and have the funds for them. Our guild is small, so we need everyone to help out with the mundane day-to-day task. And speaking of the guild's size, you'll be our 7th member. We're a tight group, but we're all glad to welcome someone new. You'll be paid after each successful mission. Part of it we keep expanding the guild's encampment. The rest is yours to do as you please. During missions, you're expected to help your fellow party members and to watch each other's backs. Remember, there's no shame in running as long as you all run together. I still love that line. It's so sweet. Our pantry is rather non-existent, but some of us hunt, fish, and forage and can provide you with what you'll need. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to hit quick save, but I'll take it. We have a small farm to grow certain herbs and vegetables and a chicken coop. Though mostly we rely on making runs between here and Timberhall, a nearby town. When it's not mealtime and you're around camp, you'll be expected to participate in the everyday duties and help out, but you'll have food, shelter, and protection. He leans back in his chair, squinting at me. I have another question, not for the record keeping, just me wanting to pry. Why'd you decide to join up? Adventuring life isn't for everyone. I needed the money. I was looking for fellowship. Aww, just wanted actual friends. I need a place to lie low for a while. I want to do something for the greater good. I'm not sure. Aw, I was looking for fellowship. How cute. Aren't we all? Well, I hope you find it, kid. I will. He slaps his knee as he stands at the ground. Why don't you take a walk around the encampment? I'll talk your ear off. I wanted friends. Okay, he's wholesome. He's dumb, but he's a sweetie. No one's out in the mission right now, so you'll be able to meet the rest of the guild. Oh, that's a lie. Farley was running an errand, but she should be back by tonight. And Willem, welcome to the Silver Shield. Glad to be here. I'm just a little guy. Darius says dad groans. Stop saying that stuff, Gray. You're just making me thirstier. And that's not what we need right now. We're trying to have these incredible conversations with Jen. I'm so hyped. Also, while I was working on Wilhelm, I thought of another character for Roddy and Wit already, but I'm going to keep it to myself until the time is right. Head out to the rest of the encampment to have a look around and see where everything is. There are several different tents scattered around and a fire pit in the middle. To the side, there's a very small garden and a few clucking hens hanging around their coop. What catches my attention is the sound of a barking dog. Just around the side of the small guild hall is a shaggy dog, hopping excitedly in front of the crouched figure. The dog circles, barking. You know, I am not allowed to give you any more today. The dog makes a sad whine. Yes, that is a very good point, but Darius said you asked for food from all of us, so you're being fed several times a day. Is this true? And about to feed him again. The dog sits, tails wagging. Well, Darius said differently, so perhaps I shall have to speak to him again. The dog yips and then turns its head towards me and bounds forward, eager to greet the new person in camp. No. I pet it eagerly. We're an idiot. But also, a sweetie. I crouch down and pet the dog, who barks excitedly, or happily. Its fur is very soft and silky. When I glance up, the person who was talking to the dog is gone. What kind of dog is it? I feel like you had a dog breed in mind. I blink, looking around, then peeking from around the building is an antler. A face follows soon after. She has soft, round features and tall antlers crowning her head, furry legs, and cloven hooves. Z's eyes dart around and the dog returns to her side, landing at her feet with a flop. She crouches and pets it. Peach, what do you think? The dog lets out a woof, eagerly wagging her tail. Oh, he is the new recruit? She glances at me and back to the dog. I forgot Darius is bringing in another member. Member. Peach wants to know your name. As her voice is soft and breathy, and I have to strain to listen. I'm Wilhelm. Okay. Now, this is interaction. Z nods and doesn't give her own name. And the dog is named Peach? Peach barks in agreement. She's very excited to meet you. Peach barks again and her eyes go wide. Oh, I also forgot to introduce myself. Everyone says I forget things. I guess I forgot to say that. I am Jin of the Star Spire. Z tilts her head, taking a deep breath in. You're like Peach, aren't you? Like all the critters of the forest, they consider you one of them. You can tell that? They speak to me about such things, brought word of the shifter traveling here. They can speak to you? They speak to all of us. You need to learn to listen. Z fiddles with her hands, never quite making eye contact. Most of her words are directed somewhere near my shoes. Why did you join the Silver Shields? Because of Darius. He was the first. I was the third. Who was the second? Shh! Don't talk about the second. Do not ask that of him, I promise. I'm going to do it this time. I'm an idiot. I don't understand. That's because you chose the animal-shaped... That's right! Holy shit! Good shit. I'm not sure I follow. There was another one once, but no longer. One should not stick their fingers into the wound. The visual is disgusting enough to get me back on track. He was first, I was third. He brought me from the Star Spire and let me see the world. Where did he take you from? I just answered a flyer. There's more. I told him the place to flyer. I could see another shape in the distance, and now you're here. A shape? In the stars. There's much to be seen in the stars if you know how to look. She closes her eyes for a moment. There was a magician casting miracles across the sky. When she opens her eyes for a moment, I swear I can see the stars reflected in them. The constellation was bright last night. I made a mark of it. What constellation? The lantern, guiding those lost to a new place to find home. Jin glances away, fiddling with her long fingers again. I told others what I've seen. They don't believe me. I know you believe it's true. Observant sounds accurate to me. Sounds like a lot of guesswork. No, I know you believe it's true. We're sweet. I believe that you believe in it. I know they meant it to be nice, but it sounded like a little condescending. Make the promise and then break it later. Oh, shit. Okay. Me backseat gaming. No, I'll do it. Sorry, I was so late on that. Here, I got it. I can make a promise. Honestly, that's just kind of funny. Like, I promise, and then immediately forgets about it later. There we go. I believe you believe in it. Each constellation is based off your background. That's so fun. But do you believe in it? Perhaps you can show me sometime. I'm one to verify with my own senses. Then I shall. Peach lets out a bark, winding around Jen's legs. Peach says I can't keep you. Peach barks again, nudging against her leg. Oh. In that, the others will be excited to meet you. As he glances around, and without another word, he bounds away with Peach hot on her heels. I let out a breath and recenter myself after all of that. Deciding to explore the rest of camp, I make my way to the fire pit in the middle. There's still a chill in the air, winter hanging on even when the snow is gone. I'm grateful to warm my hands for a moment. Jin wants to keep you forever. They're like, I like this gnome person. Across the fire pit, I can see two figures standing together, their voices ringing out. You know what your expectations are. It's the stupidest duty any of you could put me on. Yes, let's make the ice mage tend the fire. What could possibly go wrong? Calm yourself, we have company. One of them turns towards me, a woman, older, perhaps, though I can't tell with her age. Honestly, we're probably just going to read this part when we have the Radia and Wit central character. No offense to y'all, but I'll answer any questions you got. Gonna keep him on a tight leash, too. Radia just folds her arms in front of him. Please, pay him no mind. Gonna get a muzzle for me now? As he speaks, the fire in the pit wavers and suddenly goes out with an icy gust of wind. Makes sense. I just feel bad skipping, even though I've seen it before, you know what I mean? He won't last anyway. Wit. And I think these are specifically, like, it stops on the pronoun parts, yeah. Thank you for the warning. You're being rude. No, thank you for the warning. Very, very kind of you. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the heads up. He just grunts out a reply. Maybe they wouldn't leave if you stopped scaring them off. Because I tell the truth? Then what are you still doing here? I don't have a choice. Yeah, we'll see the rest of this. We'll deal with you later. Oh my god. I want to win this bet against Saren. I felt really shitty that we lost it last time. Everyone has been nice. Lie. Everyone has been nice. We think everybody is so sweet. I shrug. I thought everyone has been welcoming in their own way. They laugh, tails swaying back and forth. That's so. I suppose my record continues then. Adventuring attracts the strange and lonesome, those on the fringe. That's us for sure. Who else would camp out in the woods away from the comforts of the city? And are you strange or lonesome? Both. Both. Very much both. Terribly lonesome. Why don't you come and join me, darling? In a fluid movement, they're back to lounging outside the tent and offering me a spot across from them. On the small rug as they set out, I take a seat. They reach out a hand and I shake it. They're warm and their nails are long and sharp, but very well taken care of. I just love Saren, okay? More Saren is the better. Oh, how's our luck? That's the question, right? So, aren't you something? Tell me, Wilhelm, would you consider yourself a lucky person? Yes. Both of my characters so far are like, yes, very much so. We're the luckiest person. Very much so. How happy I am to hear that. Are you very lucky? One can't get very far without having a little bit of it. A coincidence, a chance, just the right timing. Isn't that all what life is? All we can hope is for a good fortune. From seemingly nowhere, they produce a set of dice. D&D time. I made that joke last time, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna beat you, Saren. I'm gonna get lucky this time, and I'm just gonna beat you. That's how this is gonna work. Or I'm gonna keep re-saving until I beat you this time. There we go. We're just gonna save scum. That's what it's all about. Watch Saren. Observant. Yes! Okay, here we go. I roll my dice. It lands on a solid 4, but my gaze is focused on Saren instead. They re-roll a surprising number of times, each one very quickly, just flipping the dice over. They glance up and grin. Ready for your second roll? They roll it once, dice landing on a 6, and they grin. I roll my second dice, and it lands on a 3. 7 total. I didn't re-roll. 11 for me, minus 1 for 10. That's not right. I saw you re-rolling several times. They blink and stretch out on the blanket again. Oh! Oh, fuck. Are you accusing me of cheating? Well, when we're just getting to know each other? I know what I saw. Fine. I re-rolled 5 times. They put us both at 7. We never decided on what to do with a tie. Why would I believe you? Okay, wait. Wilhelm's kind of incredible. They gasp and hand over their heart. Huh? Me? Because I'm very upstanding and honest. You just caught me in a moment of weakness. They place the... Dude, them and Effie's actually perfect together. They're just fucking liars. Okay. The Lord of Lies, if you will. I probably made that joke last time, too. They place the back of their hand on their forehead and close their eyes, pretending to faint. Okay, drama queen. Just trying to impress the newest silver shield. They crack one eye open and grin at me. Is it working? Not at all. We don't give a fuck. Dude, we're so perfect for Jin, it's insane. Like, what the fuck? Well, you have some sharp eyes there. I'll remember that for next time. Yeah, I shapeshifted into a fucking hawk or something. You win, and you can dare me all you'd like. By that, I mean only once, and no refunds. They lean on one arm, tail flicking lazily across their legs. Looks like my luck continues. They wink. Why, I got to meet you. Another stroke for good fortune. I'd say it's all rather serendipitous. That's me, after all. Saren's only a nickname. I actually go by Serendipity. Their tail pokes my arm, and then they grin. I think we're gonna have plenty of fun, Willem. Not as much fun as you'd like, Saren. Sorry. We're weird. They must have slipped me it, but I have no idea when. I tuck it into my pocket. Ooh. Willem is hilarious. Perfect Virginia. They're just two, like, so straightforward but sweethearts. I love that. Okay, what was it? Lots to learn from it, too. I think we're talking about, like, ancient artifacts and stuff. Yeah, that sounds interesting. That sounds boring. I think Effie said it sounded boring. That all sounds really cool. So you're a historian? No, I think actually she was nice. I wouldn't go that far. Just fascinated by the subject. Just gonna have to go. We're starving out here. Starving, I tell you. Apologize for the wait. Joke that complainers don't get fed. Point out they finally have a cook. No. Apologize for the wait. Sorry, guys. Willem is hilarious. Oh, I reread that again. My bad. I'm sorry it took so long. It just needed to sit for a while so that the taste... Don't let them get you down. We're only teasing, darling. I'm not. I'm hungry. Me too. Wet felt. I pass out all the bowls and spoons, and everyone takes a seat around the fire to dig in. Everybody's like, oh my god, it's so good. I'm so happy to be here. To you, Raggedy Crow. They mean this as a compliment. To killing monsters and making money. No, I'm so happy to be here. Whenever there's like 3 choices, that's not like a specific choice. It's like kind, funny, and passionate. Cute. I'm so honored and happy to be here. I hope that these friendships will last a lifetime. When it's like a dialogue option, that makes sense. There are bright smiles, even if Wit has very pointed eye roll. Hey, we're friends, Wit. Frelly gives me a pat on the back as everyone falls back into their conversations. I have a collection of letters and journals from over the years, documenting my memories and people I've encountered. Oh my god, that's so weird of us. That's so us. We just people watched and just... I love Willem. They're a little weirdo, but they're my little weirdo, okay? I make my bed and flip the pillows up. Just for being a cot and bedroll in a tent, it was surprisingly comfortable and warm. I have a book that's full of pressed flowers that remind me of the home I once lived in. Oh! I take a seat on my bed, which bends beneath my weight. Unpacked and settled, I take a deep breath of the sweet morning and let myself sit with my thoughts for a moment. People watching and writing it all down. Strange little guy. To be fair, I used to people watch when I was a kid too. I joined because I wanted to find companionship and fellowship within a guild. Despite a few ups and downs, I hope that I'll find that here. Oh, you will, little guy. There's a small basin of clean water just on the edge of my bed, and I use it to wash my hands in the back of my neck and face, feeling refreshed and ready for the day. I bend over, taking a deep breath in and out. Radia watches me, not attacking yet, with a tilt of her head. I dig my hand into the sand, and claws emerge as my body shifts and creaks. Whoa! We're a wild cat! With a snarl, and I begin to pace her instead. She keeps a close eye on me as we circle each other, my tail flicking back and forth. Then I pounce as she ducks and rolls away just in time. Also, I just had a very cursed thought. We're just Nomeo and Juliet. Yeah. We're Nomeo! That's us! Our name should have been Nomeo, god damn it. That's still you in there? I shift and transform back into my body. That's because we have Riz. That's why. That's our name, our nickname when we're the Rizzler. Oh my god, yeah. And I was thinking of that fucking, that Elton John song where it's like, hello, hello. my. You know, it's such a sweet song. It really gives their vibes, you know? And we're voiced by fucking... Was it George Clooney that voiced Nomeo, or was that somebody else? I have to Google it now. Wait. Because that's going to be their voice in my head. Nomeo voice actor. It was somebody absurd. It was James McAvoy? Huh? It was Professor X? What do you mean? Having a crisis. No way it was James McAvoy. We're James McAvoy, let's fucking go. With a German accent. James McAvoy. I can't. I'm losing my mind. It's so funny. Always me. That is a very good trick. We've both straightened and brushed the sand off at the spar, and she gives me a nod and passes me a water skin to drink from. Thank you for that. And Emily Blunt is Juliet, and that's Jin's voice actress now. Darius has been watching intently the entire time. I'm impressed. You are no slouch. There have been some who can talk up their skills, but not everyone can back it up. This music's going crazy. I don't have a family. Oh no, I don't have anyone to be close to. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got a lot of siblings, but I'm the eldest daughter. A lot of them left Eslador and Sanctuary long before I did. It's good for you to experience the world beyond its walls. She snorts. Tell that to the bacon. Not the bacon. Okay, Willem, go and get them. Okay. Okay, I'll go get them. I nod and dust myself off. Of course, I'm happy to help. See, you have a little minion with no backbone to do your bidding. You don't need me. We are a little minion. Oh my god, we're minion coded. Chickens! Serendipity grins. You should go with him. What if he gets terribly lost? How do you get lost in this? Ugh. Frost suddenly crests all across the fence as he grips it. Shoo, you will kill all the seeds. Not a minion. Banana! Or whatever the fuck they say. I wanted to find a place where I can make friends and belong. He makes a disgusted noise. This is a mercenary guild, not a retirement community. Where are you from? Don't ask me questions, we're not friends. Yeah, we are. He storms off to his tent without another word, leaving me to grab the seeds and bring them back on my own. Wit checked out? I'm surprised he lasted this long. Jin looks up from Zur, nursing up the plants. Strangely, some of them are already starting to sprout. If he would make an effort, then maybe he wouldn't get jobs he hates. You're right. Give him tasks better suited to him. Okay. I did agree last time because we're not like friends with Wit, but this time I think we should definitely be assertive and be like, no, you guys should give him tasks that he could actually fucking do. Or maybe he needs to do things that are better suited to him. He might not complain as much. Nothing is to his liking, except maybe whining. Eat him up! Fucking tear his eyes out. I help finish up with the gardening, planting seeds with Jin and Serendipity for the rest of the day. What I would pay to see that. I make a dinner again that night. I chop up vegetables and add them to a large pot. Yo, I want to make a pot roast so bad. Jin gets the most insane snipe shot. No, for real. To be fair, I feel like Wilhelm will also have that ability. You know, like nobody expects it because they're so sweet, but like they could roast you without even trying. We take our meals outside of the crackling fire. The wood smoke and burning cedar fills the air and drifts up to the multitude of stars above us. The moon is nearly full. A few days off, but it's still bright and illuminating the camp. It's chilly outside, and I barely suppress a shiver, and I try to find a room by the fire, but it's pretty crowded. Oh yeah, baby! Flirt time! Also, it's so funny to pick Commander Darius. It's just we're not even here for love. We're just here to just hang out with the old man. Zura is such a massive bitch at heart, and I say this with incredible affection. No, I love that. I love it so much. It's so important to me. I take a seat beside Jin, who glances at me from the corner of her eye. Is it alright if I sit here? And also, I like to think that, you know, Wilhelm is just as, like, forward as Effie is, you know, but they, like, have really good intentions about it. They're like, I'm gonna flirt, but it's more just like, I just want to hang out and talk to this person I really like. I have a crush on this person, and now I'm going to do the things that people do when they have crushes, because I people watch, and I know what that is. Hang with the old man simulator? He nods and scoots over to let me sit. How's the garden coming along? It will take some time, but the seeds are planted and we will grow to their full potential. Bit like us, isn't it? What is this? We're a lot like plants. We need the right conditions to grow. We're a lot like plants. We're animals and we're a gnome. So things that you often find in gardens. Willem has read a book about flirting with people. He knows what to do. Actually, he watched it one time and he was like, I got this. Food and water too. Sunlight. Living things are more similar than they are different. Do plants need plant friends too? We're a dumbass. Jen hums, but they're so sweet. They do. They're very talkative. Everyone needs companionship. That's why I sat next to you. Oh, the little blush. Z fiddles with her collar. So cute. It is nice being among others, especially ones that are so different. There are so many new experiences and perspectives. Mom is so stupid. I love him. Does it ever get overwhelming? Sometimes it's a lot to take in, but I take it one day at a time, and it makes it easier to have people who are nice to be around. Aw, does that include me? Please say it includes me. Maybe. Only maybe? Z just shrugs, smiling to herself. They also read a book on flirting. Peach pads over and nuzzles her face under Jin's arm as he slips her a piece of broccoli, which she chews right up. She says she likes your cooking. The dog flops down its hooves and looks up at me with big eyes. What about you? Do you like it? Z shrugs. It's okay. First only, I may be included in the nice to talk to group, and now my cooking is only okay. Z can't help her smile. 'Cause it's funny seeing you like this, all frazzled. Peach is bigger than Wilhelm. No, actually true. With a laugh behind her hand, we finish the rest of our meal together before I head to my tent to go to sleep. Dude, we're the most natural couple that exists, though, probably. Like, we go together like birds of a feather, you know? Yes, I meditate. No, I don't. It's a way to focus. I did plenty well in solitude. We're more observant than we are hermit. Honestly, I don't even think we would see ourselves as a hermit, because I feel like hermits want to stay away from people. We don't want to stay away from people. We just have no choice. Start teasing him. That's so fun. And Wilhelm really doesn't fall for it that often because they don't even really get it. I use it the same way I take time for myself, and it helps clear my mind and my focus. Then you understand. Breathe with me. I do as she says and match her position. I close my eyes. It comes naturally back to me. I'm able to slip into a comfortable ease. We're quiet for a time before I finally crack an eye open to look at her. She is fully focused and her posture is perfect. Too stupid to tease. Real. That sounds really nice. What if I like bad habits? I don't limit myself. That sounds really nice. That sounds like a wonderful way to live. It is a way to live. If it is nice, I am not so sure, but I am dedicated to it. Maybe I could do it with you. That is sweet, but don't do it for me. If you do it for your own sake. She straightens her back again. Emotions are a tangled mess. They are not. She takes a breath. Inherently evil. Jealousy, disgust, annoyance. These are things we feel naturally. Even anger? She meets my gaze, and there's an intensity to it, like she's searching for something. And also, I'm reading this because I just want to romance Radia really bad. Okay. Hi again. Saw you last night. Brought these for you. For me? Oh. Z places a basket on the counter. It's full of eggs. Oh my gosh, eggs! A bouquet of eggs. And he's just like, yeah. These are from Alfie. Do we just have that one hen? I'm pretty sure that Jin also did this for Effie, but it just felt so more romantic this time around. One hen, one rooster. Darius wants more, but we must expand the gardens first. I take the eggs and crack them, frying them up with a sizzling bacon. It'd be nice to have other livestock, a cow or a goat. We had goats at the Star Spire. They have so much to say, mostly complaints. What other animals do we have here? She laid them herself. Oh! There's Peach. She has been with Darius for years. And Cricket. He enjoys taking rides in the woods and the fresh apples from the village. Alfie and Crowbar. He's very protective over her. Then Manny. She is very clever and sends letters out for us. She enjoys finding shiny objects, so keep hold of your coin. We have no coin, don't worry. Do you need any letters sent? None at the moment. Do you ever send letters home? To the Star Spire, was it? Z shrugs. They don't send things to me. When they do, I'll respond. Do you wish they would? It is different. We are expected to leave the nest to learn and grow, sail the stars on our own. And I have Darius. He talks to me every day. He doesn't need to send letters. True. And we'll talk to you every day, and we don't need to send letters. No more letters for us. You only get the option to send a letter home if you're close to your family. Yeah, which Effie was. Everybody else is probably not going to. When did you meet Darius? She closes her eyes and thinks for a moment. 40 moons ago. 3 years. How did you meet him? They came to the Star Spire. They were hunting a beast who roosted in the mountain. I was their guide. When Darius was injured during the fight, I was the one to heal him. He asked me to come with them, and it was nice for me to stretch my wings. Who's they? Jin glances around, lowering her voice to a hushed whisper. I told you not to speak of him. Oh, I didn't know. You didn't... She shakes her head, cutting me off from speaking any further. Not here, not now. I finished cooking the eggs and bacon and plate up 7 dishes. I'm so hungry. Every time I see food, My mouth starts watering. I cut a loaf of bread, carefully buttering a slice of each and putting it on a plate. Jin takes their own plates. Her hands are too wobbly for me to trust them with anyone else's. Jin will never be a waiter. He can have it permanently. Darius clears his throat. Oh, that's just a prologue thing. Pronoun thing. I want him to get some experience out in the field. Yeah, let's go to the field. Let's go. Breakfast is finished and orders are received. The camp disperses and I head to my tent to pack a bag full of things I'll need. I'm excited about the mission. Obviously, they need my expertise. I'd rather stay home. I'm excited about the mission. This is gonna rule. I'm eager to get it going, quickly filling my pack and going over everything I'll need. This is so exciting, if you say so. With my backpack full of supplies, I sling it over my shoulder and gather up everything I need before meeting my adventuring party for this journey at the gate. Oh yeah, baby, adventure time! I feel the flutter of excitement in my chest as we set off for our new adventure, glancing over my shoulder. Okay, you know who fucking Wilhelm is just reminding me of? They're reminding me of Charlie from, not Charlie, reminding me of Pim from, like, Smiling Friends, which is a very specific reference, but it really is giving that. He's so silly and sweet. Glancing over my shoulder, I see Darius on the battlements, wind blowing through his short hair as he watches us go. Proud dad. I get the sense that they're deflecting by the way they glance away from me as they say it, but they barrel on the next topic. What about you? What were you doing before all of this? I lived alone. I didn't get out much. This all must be very terribly overwhelming. Now you have all these people chattering in your ear. No, we love it. It's awesome. It's been a strange transition. Why come out of your shell? You can't be alone forever. Like you said about port cities. Good company, food, and gold. I think it was drink and gold, but it stands. You get special dialogue options with Observe It. I really like all the extra dialogue options with it. We walk together silently for a while as a bird peeps at us overhead. Serendipity resumes their humming. Look at Wilhelm. He's just been doing just fine. Yeah, I'm on my best behavior. I could be in trouble. No, we are on our best behavior always. This is my first mission. I don't want to let anyone down. You could never. She gives me a fond smile, which turns stern when she glances at the other two. Be more like Wilhelm. He's on his best behavior. Exactly. She places both hands on her hips. See, she's proud of us. We're doing the right thing. Serendipity says, oh, God. Tired, are we? He lets out an annoyed sigh and screws the lid back on the last canister and heads back to the fire. I feel a pang of hunger when I warm myself by the fire. Oh, okay, that was... I've hunted before. I'm as lost as all of you. I like the idea that we've never hunted before. Like, every kind of food that we've gotten was because we, like, dumpster dove, or we foraged, or we just got really lucky. I'm as lost as all of you. I don't fucking know. No dare this time. Yay! I felt so bad about it. Like, I know that it's all in good fun. I don't know. I give them a blank look. I've never hunted before. We're all in the same boat. I don't suppose... I've never... Oh. No. Well, we have our rations. Fair enough. That should keep us warm throughout the night. We should all get some rest. That sounds like a plan to me. But I'm on an adventure, and it's good to be out and exploring. If you pick cunning, then you tie for the dare. Oh, man. We get on our way early, dousing the remnants of the campfire and heading out. It's chilly in the morning, the last remains of spring clinging on. For my good deeds and kindness, for good sense of fashion, for the glory I won. For my good deeds and kindness, that's what I want to be remembered by. And special dialogue if you flirted with it and then push. We're probably going to see that next time, because I'm definitely, well, we'll see. Hopefully, there will be records of the good I've done in the world, and remnants of the bonds and friendships I've made, and the people that I've helped. I'd like to be remembered fondly. That's so sweet. I bet you will be. I know you'll remember, I'll remember you like that if you go before me. Damn, probably thanks. That'll be a long time away. Very optimistic we are. Dwarves live a long time. Not as long as elves, but she looks around at the ruins again. Still a really long time. I glance back at Serendipity. That's fine, because Serendipity will for us. What? I'm not doing that. Oh no, you will, because you owe me for a dare, remember? Oh shit! The dare comes back! The other Chekhov's gun. Their mouth drops as they stare at the creepy corridor. You're joking. Not in the slightest. Good luck. Cheaters never prosper, remember? Oh shit! Oh my gosh! The glare shoots daggers at me. Swallowing hard, they tentatively push the vine away and step in, shuddering. What's touching me? It's just a leaf, you're fine. It reeks. She giggles behind her hand as they whine. Even Wit leans against the wall in what seems like vague amusement. They complain the entire time, jumping at every new thing until they get past the tangle in the corridor. What's on the other side? Their response is a screech as they suddenly dive back into the roots and scramble their way back, with surprising amounts of speed. Something with large wings is behind them, chasing them out. Serendipity lands ungracefully on the floor as a large bird-like creature starts pecking up at them. Crowley rushes up, shooing it away. Climbs up one branch along the ceiling, gets a better look at it now. It has 4 stubby legs of reddish-brown coloration with a white striped tail, but the face and neck plunge of a hawk. It squawks as it indignantly, before clambering back through the vines to its nest. Serendipity's tail taps against the floor as they hold a hand on their chests. We are never making a bet ever again. Probably helps them to their feet. Never do bets with Novio, standing on her tiptoes to examine a small cut along their cheek. Oh, you poor thing, you're fine. She pats their cheek and continues as they brush themselves off. Satisfied. More than. We should send you as our scout for every dangerous place. I used to live in a city, in civilization. What the fuck am I doing here? I love Sarah so much, and I like that you get to see more of their, like, bitchy, like, side when you're not romancing them. It's really nice. They groan and follow after Frale. Wit snorts, arms crossed. Was that a laugh? He just rolls his eyes and shuffles along the other two. We all continue through the rooms of the ancient ruin. The scent of forest air seems to grow stronger the further we're in, which is confusing considering how far we are from the entrance now. They're so bitchy. I love a bitch. We arrive at the plaque has ancient elven text inscribed along it. Actually, all the characters are bitchy at heart. I just love bitches. Me too. So real. I'm as lost as you. I gave her a helpless shrug. I've never studied anything like this. Frelly lets out a sigh. Well, I'll try and sketch it and see if I can send it to the city for it to be translated. Ooh! Should we keep it for study? Or should we leave it? I think we're gonna take it to study, yeah! Let's keep it, Frelly. You can study it. I bet we can learn a lot from it. And you're right, we're not taking it from anyone who's not using it. That's true. She beams. Perfect. I'm sure Jen will be really interested too. Yes! We did it! My favorite character was Vidya from Disney's Fairies. That's so good. Mine was probably Fawn, because I was obsessed with animals as a kid. I'm glad to see the back of the Elven Ruin. We leave quickly and head back to the Adderfell Woods with our goal of reaching the Silver Shields camp before nightfall. I like going on missions, especially when I can force Serendipity to do all the shit I don't want to do. I need to keep saving, so... I enjoy being out in the field and exploring. It's why I joined an adventuring guild instead of something else. Good to have you out here, then. Well, did you find anything there? The client was hoping for ancient artifacts. He glances between us. Frelly pulls out the artifact of her bag. Okay, well, we found this, but you know that I want to study things like this, and, well, maybe we can have it after I'm done. I just want to look it over first. Darius sighs, pinching the bridge of his nose. If we reveal we've kept it after saying we didn't have anything, or if we say we want to study it first, it won't go over well. Just keep it, kid, if it's important to you. I'll send a report of your findings at the place and say you didn't find anything. Just don't expect a good payout. He gave us a nod and covers a yawn with a hand, heading off to the cabin to sleep. We break away and I head back to my tent. After the long travel, my legs are aching. I quickly succumb to the exhaustion and fall into a deep, peaceful sleep. Now it's time to play fucking... I forgot the name of the game. I can remember it. It's like... I almost said Bulldog. That's not it. It's like Battering Ram. It's Battering Ram, isn't it? I have a question if you do not mind. I know it has only been a couple days with us, but do you miss your home wherever you were before? No, there's nothing left to miss. There's nothing left to miss. I swallow. There's no home to go back to. Nothing left to miss. She reaches out and places her hand over mine. I'm sorry. I hope that this can become a new home for you. She dunks a pair of pants into the water and frowns, picking at the peeling leather and paint streaks of purple thread throughout the water basin. Fucking Serendipity. He would like the wilds. Anything is possible there. It's in our nature to miss things. Anything is possible? Sounds like nonsense. It's in our nature. Wait, I don't know what I said last time with Effie. I want to say, well, definitely not this one. I think she was like, anything is possible. It's in our nature to miss things. I'm sure there are all things that we miss or regret or wish we could go back to and fix or see again. But we can't. Doesn't need to make sense. It just is. That hurts. The hurt stays that way. Sometimes we need to hurt for it to go away in time. Sometimes it lasts too long. That means it really mattered. Jin glanced down, looking troubled. Jin fidgets her hands and glances towards the forest. Keep patrolling. You won't find anything, though. Not today. Z leaves as fast as she came and leads me to my duty. Z was right. I don't find anything. Well, you know. What's battering ram? I've heard of it. We've definitely not heard of it. Like, I don't know why you always insist on having wit. He doesn't even want to play. Hey, because he's useful! I feel their hands around the ball and I quickly tug it away from them and try to keep running. Foot hooks around my leg and I tumble down, able to catch myself just in time before I crash. In a flash, the ball is gone and they take off across the field. As they're running, there's a sudden flash of white and chill in the air. Yeah, wit! When Radia passes to me next, my body shifts and changes until I'm a large hawk, and I grab the ball in my talons with a caw and take off. Hell yeah! What the fuck? Serendipity low-key might just hate us. Like, maybe not actually, but, like, they definitely are just like, this bitch. Like, this bitch able to do everything. I fly to the other side of the goal and transform back. I think turning into animals should be against the rules. Hey! Why? Unless Jin can do it. Jin, can you do that? No. Then it should be against the rules. Tough luck next round. She flashes me a smile. I love that. Just like, that's not allowed. Dude, Frelly's so fun. Sorry for stopping the game. You said this wasn't a blood sport. It's a scrape. I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. We can get back to the game. I'm fine. It's a scrape. Still needs to be cleaned up. We could all use a break anyway. That was a bad fall. This is hardly the first wound I've got. I've suffered far worse. We just, like, nearly died in the woods by ourselves. Doesn't mean it doesn't deserve to be looked after. Jin returns with a leather pouch and takes over for Radia. No moving. She holds my leg in place and cleans it with a damp cloth, wiping away the grass, sand, and blood. She reaches into a pouch and takes a swipe of some type of paste and spread across my leg. It smells incredibly strong of medicinal herbs. Needs air now and rest. It'll heal by tonight. Wasn't that deep. It would take longer if you hadn't hurt the entire leg. You can cure that? With time and magic. Thanks, guys. We might have to keep that artifact instead of selling it, but there are many other ways to profit, including all of the future research that can be done on it. All of Frelly's notes on the ruins, well, the original buyer didn't also negotiate the rights to exclusivity on that. There you go. There are plenty of other scholars who are interested and are paying a pretty price for them. That's shrewd of you. Damn, alright. He hums, stacking the papers together again. What many forget is that an adventuring guild is like any other type of guild. Merchants, crafters, it's there to make money. We're offering a service that people are willing to pay for and for all its benefits. Did you work in another type of guild before this? My family did. I chose another path, but I never forgot the lessons they taught me. Oh, here we go. Time for us to pry. Ask him about the other person. Ours? Who was with you? We need a drink. Too busy holding the cup instead of drinking from it. I feel a sudden sharp pain in my chest and a flash of blue magic. I hold the spot where it hurts, letting out a quiet ow. Darius hums, brows drawing together. Oh, that kid. Too damn protected. They put a spell? They left a spell on you. You should do a route where you only talk to Darius without flirting. Oh, for sure. For sure. He leans back in his chair. Word of advice, be careful what promises you make with Jen. It's not like between us. Fairies are particular about that sort of thing, no matter how much you think Z's tame. Is something bad gonna happen to me? Good luck finding your socks for the next week. Damn it! We got cursed! You know what? We deserve it. If we break a promise, we deserve that. He runs his fingers through clipped hair, humming quietly. Jin was my first student. Not that Z listens that often. I ran into a problem early on with my dreams of mentoring. How can I mentor someone who has no interest in what I teach? Oh gosh. What kind of days do we like? windy days. I like it best when it's a windy. It makes my ears hurt. It is very refreshing. See, Jen agrees! So we did the right thing. Darius finally comes back around, grabbing his dinner and thanking me with a nod. What's your favorite weather, Commander? Wintertime. Just as I finish up, I head to the storeroom to put them away. You said you wouldn't break your promise. Oh. I jump, rattling the glassware as he startles me. I place a hand over my heart. Do you always have to sneak up on people? You promised. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Darius even said you were being too protective. Not protective enough. Z crosses her arms. It's not good to make promises you don't keep. Am I cursed now? I felt something funny with your magic. Jen tilts her head. Only a little bit. Z sighs. The wound is never closed up. Doesn't matter how many salves. It aches and bleeds and infests and consumes. Learn to live with it until someone picks and scratches it open. Stop scratching. And just as quickly, Sue leaves. Jen slinks back to her tent, and Wit is quick to do as well. Meanwhile, Frelly and Serendipity are set up on the floor. We're gonna go in our tent because we're a freak. And I mean that in the nicest way. I head back to the privacy of my tent, running through the rain. The tent is sturdy enough to keep the water off, and I change into dry clothes before getting under the covers. I drift off to the sound of rain pattering against the cloud. I mean, that sounds nice. The next morning, the sky is overcast and the grass is damp, but the rain has stopped for now. The smell, petrichor, I do not know how to pronounce that word. Okay. Fills the air as I roll out the bed, feeling the blades of grass beneath my feet as I get ready for the day and stretch. I make my bed and fill my lungs with the sweet, fresh air. I lean to pull on my socks for the day, but realized they're nowhere to be found. Not my socks. I had to get another pair, but the only ones I could find are damp and uncomfortable to wear. I like a small, it's not harmful, but it does teach a lesson. Oh, fuck, we gotta name the horse again. Can I not just name the horse the same thing each time? I mean, it's not necessarily realistic, but it's such a good name. Why change it, you know? I've ridden horses before. I've never ridden horses before. I'm scared of horses. I attempt to ease her and bond with her. Definitely the observant. You. It's a great horse name. I follow my instincts and keep an eye on Sunny to predict her next movements. I speak in hushed, gentle tone as I slip into the saddle, stroking her neck. She seems comfortable. I take her around for an easy ride as we work in tandem together. I take a look around at the others and wonder how they're all managing with their new steeds. Oh yeah, baby, best time. Whoop whoop. I make my way to Jen, who is with her new steed in deep conversation. Any juicy gossip? She likes it here. She says it's warm and the grass is sweet. She's not fond of that one. Z gestures to Serendipity's horse, a silver white speckled one. She has an attitude problem. Just like the odor. Will we have to break up a fight? Jin shakes her head. They are much too refined to engage in such a thing. My mistake, then. Z hums, rocking back on her hooves. What's her name? Jin tilts her head as the horse bows her own. She's very tall, a draught horse with a gray coat. Her hooves are feathered, and she has a furry mane with a fanned-out tail. Jen replies in a language I can't understand and raises her hand for the horse to press against it affectionately. She named herself after the night sky, where the tiny speckles of light illuminate the fields, and she runs free in the crisp air. When the clouds have cleared and she's full of vigor and energy, and sleep is a distant concept, it is her favorite memory. Aww. I wonder what our horse would name itself. You may call her Starlight. Sound like she's a perfect fit for you. Fate has a way to bind us together. She chose me. I glance down at my horse, stroking her mane. Does Sunny like me? Does she like what I've called her? Would you truly want to know if you could? If those you love truly love you back, for fear if they didn't. Darius was afraid Peach would not love him fully. I do not tell him everything she says, but she is only capable of loving him. Oh, only tell me if it's a good thing. Z smiles and raises a hand to allow Sunny to smell her hand. She finds you tolerable. Okay, well, I'll take it. Is that a good thing? Yes, I find you tolerable. Thanks. She doesn't mind the name. She named herself after the taste of fresh hay, but she enjoys Sunny, too. That's a relief, at least. I rub her neck. Will you tell her that I'll do my best, and I'll give her all the best apples? Jen leans in, whispering something into her ear. She says that's acceptable. Then Z rocks on her hooves, glancing down at the grass. Sometimes I'm not sure what to say. The animals never have that problem. We just can't listen. You can listen to me, but the words still get jumbled up and taste weird before they leave. I wish I had someone to tell my words for me, too. I like hearing them from you. I'll try and do it more. They taste sweeter when they are with you. Aww. I like the way they say things. So he pulls himself onto Starlight and gestures with her head. They're getting restless. Follow. I do as asked, and we ride around in comfortable silence enjoying the fresh air as Sunny and Starlight, which is so cute, they go together so well, nuzzle their heads together. Ah! I spend the rest of the time getting used to riding Sunny and then dropping her off at the stables. I brush down her coat and give her an apple, which she devours. The stable is pretty full, but everyone is in good spirits for dinner that night. Oh no! I forgot it ends there! No! It's okay. It's okay, it's fine. I gotta take a small pee break anyway. So y'all do that. And then we'll be back for Waddy and Wit time. And then I'll probably bring Effie back to flirt with Freddy for a little bit because, that's just what you do. Alright, give me 1 second. And they are so cute. I'm gonna miss Mom already. I liked her more than I thought I was going to. Yay! We like when you make an OC on the spot and it kind of just works out. Back from the top. Encore. Alright, I got an idea, but I don't have a name, so I'm gonna need a name. So back to Pinterest we go, and time to turn red as hell. Ah! Okay. Did it like a FNAF jump scare. Alright. Okay, so I think we're gonna be, I feel like we're, ooh, once I see a name that I feel like is fitting, that's the one I'll choose. I just don't want to use the same letters. We've already used E and W. I'm not using another E and W name. Stand by, everybody. It won't take too long, probably. Probably. We'll see. But I do have an idea of their vibe, so once one fits the vibe, we're good. The vibe is the most important part anyway. So bright. Oh my gosh. I keep liking all these E names. Maiden has probably the most dialogue changes in terms of gods, other than the Oxstar thing I mentioned before. Aegis has one funny interaction, as does Sarah, maybe for Darius talking around. Ooh, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Well, we are actually, you already not spoiled it because you didn't know, but like I'm already thinking about doing like a temple specific character because like there's so many like fun options, and I just want to see how that'll go with Radia and stuff. So I'm excited. Also, I think Wit will be a little bit more warm to somebody who has those dialogue options and stuff. So I was gonna go with like a fiery sort of name, like a light sounding name, which I'll know once I see it. This one, it's not the most, well, I guess it is a little the most important. Luckily, I liked Effie a lot, and Wilhelm, but this one I'm like, this is the one that I wanted to play the game for, so I gotta get it right. You know what? This one's a pretty simple one, but it's a good one. It's a name I've liked my entire life, so. I'm probably not going to name a character it, though, for, like, a variety of reasons. And if I do, who cares? Then it'll just be the same character. Fuck it. But Clara! We always love a Clara. Or a Claire, but Clara feels, like, very fitting for me. And we are she, them. He marks that down with a nod. I love that name. That's so pretty. It is. It's so pretty. I love a pretty name. Okay, and we are not a magic user this time. Jesus H. We use martial weapons. Experience in physical combat. Okay, we could beat Effie and Wilhelm down. Physically, at least. He makes a note and glances up. And which weapon is your preferred? Give them daggers, baby. Very speedy with that. Most can't keep up. That's true. That's true. I mean, light isn't just a name alone. It's also light speed. I love that name. And I reread the comment again. I hate when I do that on chat. Ah! Okay, for the next question, I would like to know what talents or skills you've honed that could help in our day-to-day life. Okay, well, I'm an academic. I'm smart. That's me. Or I'm convincing. I kind of like being convincing. Like, you bring yeah, I'm a good talker. Alright, I'm a sweet talker. That's me. He makes a note of my answer. We're breezing through. Good. I want to know a little bit about what you were doing before this. Me too. My family, nope. I was a bounty hunter. Maybe. That could be fun. But I think definitely going to be, like, served in the temple. Or, like, maybe served in a temple later. But we were, like, a badass before that was, like, reformed. That's kind of fun. I was involved in shady business. I served in a temple. As did a few of our other members. Yeah, a couple. Another question, and its follow-up, do you worship any of the divine pantheon? We can make atomic... Yeah. I follow the divine for once. Liliana. It's so Liliana. That's so true. Which one? Okay. There's so many. Okay. Ymdir, the god of civilization and mortal kind. Sarah, the goddess of wilds and nature. Maiden, god of sun and justice. Themla, a goddess of moon and stars. Uhur, deity of thunder and craftsman. Kion, the goddess of decay. Oxthar, god of esoteric. He's the esoteric god. And Aegis, the deity of luck and tricksters. Yeah, no. We're definitely going for the sun and the justice. Maiden demands honor and diligence from his followers to seek out and destroy the beings who would seek to dim the sun's light. Destruction for monsters who deserve it, and mercy for those who can't be redeemed. Very good. Makes sense with you working at the temple. I assume it was with this god then. We have a few others in the camp who also worship Maiden. I'm certain they will be glad to find another. Marking that down. He nods. He's like, God damn, there's too many of them in here. This wasn't too bad, was it? Well, thank you for answering all of those. It's very informative. I'm sure the others in the guild will be eager to meet the new recruit less formally. Oh, one last thing before we get going. It said on the recruitment poster that we require our next member to cook. Oh god, here we go. That was a requirement? I can't cook. Oh shit. Darius, I just want to see what happens. Darius lets out a long sigh. I probably should have led with that, huh? Got to know you and all. Listen, I hate to do this, but we're in a real bind here. Maybe you could come back in a couple of months once you picked up some skills. Wait, is that what happens? It just restarts? You're refusing me because I can't cook? It was one of the list of requirements. I can't have another month to feed without someone to do this feeding. I don't think it's going to work, Clara, but it was lovely meeting you. Ah, that's so good. We filmed the interview. Okay, we can just go back. That's good, though. That makes sense. Like, I just was curious what was going to happen. This time, I can lie. I'm taking the job if I couldn't. Ha, that's the right answer there. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh no. I needed the money. I was looking for fellowship. I needed a place to lie low for a while. I wanted to do something for the greater good. Yeah, we're reformed. That's the spirit, isn't it? What we do here is for the good of everyone in the region to help keep them safe. Why don't you take a walk around that cabin? Trust, I will. I'll be taking a walk. I let it smell. I freeze up frightened. I'm scared of dogs. I mean, how many animals do you really interact with if you grew up in a temple? I tense up, closing my eyes as it comes to me. Its large paws jumping at me. It must notice my nervousness, so it lands back down and circles around me, testing me out. When I glance up, the person who was talking to the dog is gone. I blink, looking around, then peeking from the building is an antler. At least they still like us. She says she's very sorry for scaring you. She just gets very excited. Oh, it's okay. Peach barks again and her eyes go wide. Oh, I also forgot to introduce myself. Hi, Jen. I promise, and this time I won't break it. So all my socks will stay in place. A great warrior cutting a path through danger. When Z opens her eyes for a moment, I swear I can see the stars reflected in them. The constellation was bright last night. I made a mark of it. What constellation? The ringing bell, calling the masses home for safety and protection. Jen glances away, fiddling with her long fingers again. I told others what I've seen. They don't believe me. Sounds accurate to me. Sounds like guessing. No. Sounds accurate. I shrug. Seems like whatever you're saying is predicting something. Z still doesn't make eye contact, but I think I see a smile. Peach lets out a bark, whining around Jen's legs. Peach says I can't keep you. Aww. Yeah, not this time, Jen. Sorry. Another muscly meathead type. 2 muscly meatheads. It's just 2 Radias. We're gonna crush you, Wit. His gaze flicks to Radia. At least you won't have to keep this one on a leash. Radia just folds her arms in front of her. Please pay him no mind. Gonna get a muzzle for me now? As he speaks, the fire in the pit wavers and suddenly... just banging on the table, and suddenly goes out with an icy gust of wind. She holds up a hand and he quiets down, slipping back with a roll of his eyes. Radia gives me an apologetic look as she crouches down by the fire and pulls out a small matchbox. She stretches it again and lights it once again, a much weaker flame. You know you could light it a lot faster. There's value in doing things the traditional way. You never know what circumstances you might be in. Are matchboxes naturally existing in the wild? I've been taught many ways to start a fire with the resources available. You have a resource right at your disposal. He snaps a finger. He never turns away from her, never looking at me once he speaks. Radia closes her eyes. We're hardly making a good impression for our new recruit. My apologies, friend. I know they're freaky in the bedroom. Dude, it's too much light. We're melting Wit. Hardly making a good impression. What impression should we give off then? That you want me, Wit. She won't last anyway. Wit. Her voice is stern, disapproving. What? You know I'm right. The last 2 didn't. He finally turns to me and the temperature drops a few degrees. What do you think you're doing? Out for glory? Gold? You won't find it. You lose your mind to boredom before you actually make a cent. Thank you for the warning. You're being rude. You're being rude. You've been nothing but rude this entire time. Oh, have I? What a tragedy. They're right. Your behavior is not becoming. You should apologize. It's just 2, it's like that meme of like a polycule and it's just 2 people keeping 1 person on a leash. His jaw clenches and I shiver. It's only growing colder by the minute. I apologize. He doesn't sound like he means it. Well, workshop that. I'm sorry on his behalf if that will be acceptable. Then what are you still doing here? I don't have a choice. He refuses to elaborate. It's a complicated situation. He wasn't a recruit like you are, like most of us were. Can't you leave? He snorts a violent sound. If I could, do you really think I'd be here? So they're holding here against your will? He lets out an annoyed sigh with the questions, and I'm answered with another eye roll. There are many factors at play. He's no prisoner. He grits his teeth. Feels like it. I nod, not really sure what's going on, but sensing it's a delicate subject. Wow, we're so observant. I think I made that joke before. See, this is what happens. When you replay parts you play before, you make the same fucking jokes, because I'm unoriginal. Radia's fingertips steeple together and lets out a sigh through her nose. I hope this hasn't put you off. No, not at all. Trust. Things are not always so eventful. There's much peace to be found here in the forest when there's quiet. She side-eyes Wit, who's sulking beside her. I believe we're due on patrol. I'm glad we had a chance to meet. Wit just huffs and follows her as they walk away. The fire crackles and pops, smoke curling skyward and bringing warmth to the area again. Things have been a little weird. Everything has been a lot weird. let's just call it for what it is. This is a group of weirdos. I nod in agreement. Is everyone like this here? They chuckle. Oh yes, only some are better at covering it up. Clara could put a full hand around Wit's way. No, real, and also they kind of just like no bullshit. Just okay, you're being rude. Everybody's kind of weird. I mean, like not in a mean way. Just it is. Adventuring attracts the strange and lonesome, those on the fringe. Yep, that's me. No, I'm not lucky. I shake my head. Oh, you poor thing. Not easy, is it? Are you very lucky? One can't get very far without having it. A little bit of it. From seemingly nowhere, they produce a set of dice. Let's play. It's very simple. Except it's not, and you're gonna cheat. Now for a wager. Gold is boring. No. A dare. Yeah. Yes, a dare. Roll the dice. We have no choice. We're gonna get our ass beat. I'm keeping it. Fuck it. I decide to keep the 4 I rolled again last time. Ready to roll? They roll, and the dice lands right on the 6, and they grin. I let mine roll, and it lands on a 3. The first dice was 4, so 7 with no rerolls. 11 for me, -1 for 10. They lean back, arms behind their head. Lucky me. Good try, though. They scoop up all the dice, pocketing them. Fuck you, Saren. I was joking. That's so mean. That sounds interesting. I'm sorry, I can't tell Frelly that her shit is boring. I'm sorry, I don't care. I don't care, I can't do it. Point out that they finally have a cook. At least you have a cook and don't need to make it yourself. Clara's right, be grateful for what you have. Is that another of your life lessons? Write that one down, kid. He's so cool. Funny enough, their second dice always lands on a 6. So funny. Wow, how does that work? I pass out all the bowls and spoons, and everyone takes a seat around the fire and digs in. To you, Raggedy Crew, to killing monsters and making money. To you, Raggedy Crew. I raise my own bowl. To you, Raggedy Old Crew. Looks like I came in to breathe some life just in time. Okay, Clara is also just as weird as they are, but it's just like, I'm the only normal one here. It's that meme, but you just add one more person to it. There's scattered laughter and a wink from Serendipity before everyone settles back into conversation. I take out a dagger and then another, and sort them out by my bed. It's like that scene from Sinbad where the guy has to like put all his fucking weapons out and there's like way too many of them. That's Clara. Clara just has like way too many fucking knives. She keeps that thing on her, okay? She always has tools on her, okay? That's all I'm saying. I carefully place my idol of Maiden by my bedside table. It's a bronze medallion of the sun. My favorite trope is the way too many weapons. I carefully adjust the few adventuring materials I have with me and hang up on the rope and my pack along the side. Then I dig into the depths of my backpack. I have my old robes from my time in the temple. They still smell faintly of incense. I take a seat on my bed, which bends beneath my weight. Unpacked and settled, I take a deep breath of the sweet morning. I joined because I wanted to do something good for the world. I still hope that I can accomplish that through the jobs here. It's important to me. There's a small basin of clean water just on the edge of my tent, and I use it to wash my hands and the back of my neck and face, feeling refreshed and ready for the day. I match Radia with twin sticks with the comfortable weight of a dagger in both hands. She stalks forward, approaching me carefully, trying to eye up what I will do. I take the offensive and throw my stick. I would pay so much money. I said that before, but I mean it. Then she charges, and I manage to fend her off, dodging her first attack and hitting her wrist hard enough that she drops her stick. I catch it in a handy maneuver and pin it to her throat. Your experience will serve you well. This is way too sexually charged. Unless I'm reading too much into it, I don't think I am. No, for real, like, actually. We both straighten and brush the sand off. What's better than one Radia? 2 Radias. That's what I'm saying. That's basically what I ended up doing. But hey, there's some slight, subtle differences. Thank you for that. No, everything Radia does is pretty sexually charged. Gee, I wonder how that happened. Interesting. She's hot. Literally, exactly. I've heard of that. That's Maiden's temple in Asador. Oh, Darius mentioned you followed him. Both of us do. Frelly more so than me, but that was home for a long time. He must approve of the Silver Shields. What's the sanctuary like? Very busy, full of life and people, place of community. Parents always knew their children would be safe when they were dropped off there. It is the largest temple in the city. Maiden is special to the people there. The Beacon is the leader there. She offers wisdom and guidance and makes all decisions that affect the sanctuary. Probably chuckles. The bacon. The bacon. Are we closer to her family? No. No, I don't have anything to do with them. I'm sorry. They probably dropped me off at a fucking temple. I've got a lot of siblings, and I'm the eldest daughter. I'm not your first choice. I'm hurt. Ask me. Don't order me. We gotta, like... We're brat training Wit. We're just like, stop, you know, like, it's like an aggressive dog. You just gotta, like, chill out, literally. Chill out. No, you can ask me and I'll do it. Sir nose scrunches. What is the difference? Can you go and get them? Serendipity whispers something in Zerlong ear. Oh, that was Jin. Please. To be fair, also, yeah, don't order me around, Jin. I don't know you like that. Z glances at Wit too. Still no for me. Serendipity grins. You should go with her. What if they get terribly lost? How do you get lost in this? Ugh. Frost suddenly crests all across the fence as he grips it. Shoot, you will kill all the seeds. Wit rolls his eyes and takes the chance to storm away. I follow after him, mostly because I need to get the next bag of seeds. He whirls around me, arms crossed. You can't seriously think that is what you want to do. This work is demeaning. It's beneath me. Serendipity trying to set them up. Yeah! Radia thinks she's playing the hero by signing us up for this. And we're doing what? Digging holes in the dirt? Whatever reason you're here for, there must be a way out. There isn't, and it's none of your business. Is gardening really that bad? It's not about the gardening. They set me up for failure. Tend the fire, tend the garden. Things that ice kills. His jaws clench tight, and he fixes it with a harsh glare. Why are you even here? I wanted to help others and do good things in the world. Ugh, gods, you really think one person can do anything to change the world? I can change your world, baby girl. It's a shit world. Why would you want to help it? Because I believe in it. You don't know the first thing about this country, do you? Where are you from? Don't ask me questions. We're not friends. He storms off his tent without another word. I love it. Spicy. Icy, more so. You're right. Give him tasks better suited him. Or maybe he needs to do things. Yeah. Nothing is to his liking. Alright, here we go, everybody. Here we go. Icy, spicy. Such a big bitch. To Radia first. I take a seat next to Radia, who greets me with the tip of her head and a warm smile. It is cold tonight. You best do well to stay close. Hey. I'm nervous. This is the first time I'm like, wait, whoa, hold up. I don't know what to do. I trail off, gesturing to her outfit, which exposes much of her skin. For a moment, it looks like she's flexing around. I'm fucking on to you. I do not. Perhaps it is why I'm the only one who can withstand Wit. Consider it part of my heritage. Well, I have been wondering about you. I can't do this, guys. I can't do this. About me. I'm honored to be on your mind. You need not wonder, though. You need only ask. Yeah. Yeah. Your abilities, I suppose. I know we trained together, but it felt like you were holding back. Stop! Leave me alone! Where's my knife? You don't know anything. I was who I am training, and when there are real lives on the line are very different. It's why Darius often assigns me to train the others. He knows I am in full control. Do you have fire-based powers? Of a sort. I do not use them often. My true skills lie in the field of martial arts and disciplines. I have trained in hand-to-hand and various weapons. I have some healing abilities, but nothing like Jin. While I do my best to excel in combat, in truth, I only consider success to be when we don't need to fight at all. Much can be solved through discussion and peace alone. You sound optimistic. She stares at the campfire. If cooler heads can prevail, then there is much violence we can avoid. That is the lesson the Beacon Light Shaper imparted to me. But she and I are not so naive to think that everything can be solved with a silver tongue alone. That is why I train. Hey, I got the silver tongue. And I got the violence. So if your method doesn't work, I could back you up. Don't worry. The Sunrise Sanctuary is not only a place for respite for the weary, it is where the warriors of Maiden train to enforce his will and justice. And that's you? She nods. I hope that answers your question. Nodding in agreement, I scoot a little closer to her as a chilly... Come sit next to me, come and take your drawers off. Damn, you on the edge of the bed. You're about to fall off. That's me right now. I scoot a little closer to her and a chilly breeze runs through. She smiles and the campfire seems to burn just a little bit hotter. I'm on to you. Is my husband home? He's going to see me blushing. Hello? Oh no, it's my sister. Same. Oh, it is 3:30. Jesus Christ. She's home from school. It's early the next morning when I get up to make breakfast. I want to make it before everyone else gets up, but that dream goes out the window quickly. Couldn't have my husband seeing me blush over a girl on the screen. It really did get hot in here. I'm not joking. I enjoyed our last talk. I enjoyed your company. Ma'am, I have not recovered yet. Taking a seat, she stretches her hands out in front of her, flexing her wrist up. Stop flexing! It is peaceful here before the camp wakes up. It's a way to steady my mind and center myself for the day. Do you ever meditate? No, I don't. No, never. I do as she says. I mean, you have no choice, really. I close my eyes, attempting to clear my mind and focus on my breath. I can hear her own steady breaths beside me. I close my eyes and try to clear my mind of all thoughts. Yes, please. I need to clear my mind of all impure thoughts. Only pure thoughts here. I know she does like tantric yoga. So of course she does. Of course she does. Immediately I think about the feeling of the clothes on my back and the wind on my face, and strange, inane thoughts pop into my head. I open my eyes and glance at her, and she smiles. When unpracticed, it can be difficult. Do not fault yourself for it. It's difficult because you're here. I'd be fine otherwise. She's fully focused and her posture is perfect. Mastering your mind means mastering your body, and I intend to be a master of both. Gray, look at me right now. You know what you're doing. And I'm looking right through it. Self-discipline allows you to live your life exactly as you intend to. Her eyes flick to me. I mean, that's only for myself. Everyone lives their life differently, but it is my perspective. That sounds really nice. What if I like bad habits? I don't limit myself. I just do whatever. I shake my head. I would never limit myself like that. Life happens and you take it by the reins. You can still take life by the reins while being in control of yourself. A steady rider will not be bucked off when things get rough. Okay, I'm actually suffering right now. I don't. It's making me speechless. You can't make a streamer speechless. It's the only thing we've got. It's the only thing we got. She straightens her back again. Emotions are a tangled mess. Yep. You're preaching to the choir here. Preaching to the temple. She takes a breath. Inherently evil. Jealousy, disgust, annoyance. These are things we feel naturally. Even anger. She meets my gaze and there's an intensity to it, like she's searching for something. I'm not sure yet. Do you ever get angry? Never. I do not allow myself. I meditate. I practice self-control. Do you still feel it, then? No, because I mastered my mind. She lets out a breath, takes in another one, holds it for a few seconds and releases it. What are you doing up so early? Make a breakfast. Don't let me keep you then. It was good to speak with you. I get to my feet and wobble over to the kitchen. You're so satisfied, I know it. Time on the field. Wait. He gave them a nod and tears off a paper for Frelly to look over. Pack your things and we'll be leaving. Let's go. Obviously, they need my experience. Clearly. Yeah, clearly. I don't feel anything. Neither of you are mages. Of course you don't. Hey, finally, we got different dialogue. There's ancient magic here, designed to keep people out. Not that it stopped Azadorian Empire. He's not wrong. The magic is imbued in every part of this land. She raises a hand and the tree canopy parts, allowing beams of sunlight to pass through. But it's not dangerous. It just needs to know that we mean it no harm. I served in a temple, actually. Yes, a godly sort. Fits your atmosphere. There's so many different gods. There's no one type of godly sort. A priestess of Thumla has nothing with a commoner... Nothing in common with a follower of Adris. Frelly is a godly sort. Well, yes, that's true. We walked together silently for a while. That's true? True, based? Please, I need to get with brown eye contacts. I'm shaking. He just... I'm on my best behavior. I'm focused on the task at hand. I shrug. We have a task and I intend to see it out. Nothing else matters. Well, they say the journey is more important than the destination. I appreciate your drive, but we're also having a beautiful walk. You know what it is? Claire is giving Abby from The Last of Us Part 2. Like, I think I just made Abby from The Last of Us Part 2. We're probably on a quest for vengeance, but we're like a total sweetheart, and also we've got muscles, so like, so Abby, need Abby, like crazy. She means you should fuck around like the rest of us. That is not what I mean, just that you can relax if you want to. She places both hands on her hips and gives a nod, swiveling back to the front to clear a path for the forest. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. He already doesn't like me. He might actually kill me. Well, that's why you're the one to do it. He already doesn't like you. What do you have to lose? There's no way I'm pushing him in the river. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think you understand the rules of engagement. I get to pick the dare. I'm one fair and square after all. They place a hand on their chest, giving me a mock sympathetic grin. So go now. I can't wait to watch the fireworks. I head over to the river where Wit is bent over. What? What? What happens when you mix an ice mage with water? Just push him, just push him. I don't say anything and shower right with water. He offers no resistance. 2 weeks to eat. Cut him off guard. Oh no. He lands hard into the river with a large splash. He lets out an entirely undignified screech, spluttering and soaked. White locks of hair plaster to his face as he glares up at me. Behind me, Serendipity is laughing so hard they can't even catch their breath. I raise my hands and surrender. This was Serendipity's idea. It was a dare. Wit has a strength score of 6, and ours is like 10. No, it's like close to that. He lets out a hiss, attempting to wench himself free from the ice as it shatters and cracks. I take a few cautious steps back just in case. Fairly came back around the clearing, a bundle of sticks in her arms for more firewood. I'd leave you 3 for 5 minutes. What happened? She shakes her head with a sigh and places the sticks down and rushes over. Oh, you poor thing. You poor thing. Poor little Wit. I've hunted before. Just give me some time. Offer him your cloak. Here you go, baby girl. Fairly is the room burning, coming in with a pizza beam. Actually, just... Are you alright? As if you care. Well, it's my fault. He lets out a huff. I'm fine. Clothes dry. I take my cloak off and offer it in the bundle of cloth. He glares down at it. Don't be stupid. It's cold out. You'll need that. You need it more. He tries to protest, but his teeth are shattering. He clenches his jaw to make them stop. I don't want it. Fine. I was just trying to make amends. I pull my cloak back on. The flames of fire crackle between us. I don't understand why you don't just leave. His brows furrow as he stares at me. You're clearly unhappy here. I've explained before, it's not that simple. You haven't explained anything. You make it seem like you're being held here against your will. I don't want to be here. Then why are you? What's keeping you here? He sighs behind gritted teeth. It's not exactly a secret to everyone else. If it makes you stop pestering me, then fine. He shuts his eyes, jaw twitching from being clenched so tightly. I don't have an arcane license. You're a renegade mage? He rolls his eyes. The term is idiotic, but yes. But every mage has to have an Anazador. Darius let you in the Silver Shields? He let Jin in and was Xur's sponsor, so Z could get her Xur's. I'm working to get mine. Roddy is sponsoring me. If I'm on my very best behavior and prove to the Empire that I'm no threat, then they'll give me one and send me on my way. As if they are the final authority on mages. As if they have any right to tell people who can and cannot practice magic. As he speaks, his voice grows louder and frost spreads across the grass, the air growing cold with his anger. I pint down to the icy blades. Hey. But you can't control your magic. He takes a deep breath and speaks through gritted teeth. I have it under control. Roddy is the one who can... She can make it stop. Darius is pushing me by separating us. He wants Frelly to watch me and see if I lose control without her. But why Radia and why the Silver Shields? It's the only place I'll be safe. He grits his teeth. Of course I've thought about running. You ever race Radia? I shake my head. Well, don't. She'll win. Hey, but it'll be close. She wouldn't just let you go? Well, there's the kicker. If I left, she'd come with me, but that mean leaving Frelly behind, and he sucks on his teeth. She'd be breaking a promise. Why do you care? What fixes me with a harsh stare, blue eyes unblinking? I'm not putting her in that position. He stops talking as Frelly comes to sit by the fire after adding a few more logs. I'm kind of doing some of the Wit dialogue too for next time so I can just go straight to the flirt options. For my good deeds and kindness, for the glory that I've won. No, for a good deeds and kindness too. Well, I kind of want to see the glory one. For the battles I've won, for my accomplishments, for being a hard worker and a good adventurer. See, that's not a bad answer. I can build a statue in your name if you go before I do. Thank you, Frelly. That'll be a long time away. Dwarves live a long time, not as long as elves, but... I know exactly what you mean. She gives me a big smile. I'm glad you feel him too. I don't know what path he has planned for me, but I'll take it each step of the way. If he wants to be the beacon light shaper after Mum, then I will. Is that what you want? I want to follow what he's planned for me. I know that it'll guide me the right way. She clutches the amulet again before letting it go. She's so cute. I don't react fast enough and the blast of magical energy hits my chest. Oh no! I go flying back with a thud on the ground. I groan. That's gonna hurt tomorrow. What is blasted with magic? Tumbling back and landing with an undignified oof. Frelly is breathing hard and glances up. Someone really doesn't want us in here. Everyone alright? Yeah, we got smacked. I know a few languages. I can try and decipher it. That's connected to your luck. I mean, I know several languages. Not ancient Elvish, but I know common day Elvish. I take a step up, pointing out the words. What's right? That means a garden or another green-filled place. Something about eating. Something in here is going to eat us. And that word is similar to guard. An ancient guardian will eat us in the garden? Could also mean warn. It's warning that an ancient guardian will eat us in the garden. We're jumping to conclusion. That's barely half the picture. That's more than we had. Thank you. Some silly warning, if it's even that, won't deter us. Damn, probably okay. Probably wants to die. That's cool. We'll keep it to study. We'll send it to the person who hired it. We'll leave it here. We ain't touching that shit. I don't think any of us should be touching that. Just leave it here. We shouldn't mess with things we don't understand. Really? It was your idea. Yes, I'm not used to people listening to me. Oh, Frelly sighs and put it back. I'm glad to see the back of the elven ruin. We leave quickly and head back to the Adalfell woods with our goal of reaching the Silver Shields camp before nightfall. We managed to do so, coming in just past the sunset so we don't have to camp the other night. Darius is there when we arrive, checking us over. He looks exhausted. Maybe he's used to going to bed earlier. Poor thing, he's old. It's like, what the fuck were you listening to me? I wouldn't even listen to me. I like going on missions. I like going on missions. They're fine. Or, I like both. I like both. I'm happy doing either. He nods. Now that's a good team member. Hell yeah! I'm a team player. Well, did you find anything out there? The client was hoping for ancient artifacts. He glances between us. Well, we got a good look at the ruin. Frelly has some interesting observations she can share. But did you find anything? Convinced him there was nothing there. Yeah! Let's convince! My voice broke. Yeah! Convinced him there was nothing there. No, it's barren. The elves took everything and anything of value with them. Darius nods. Well, you tried. I'll put that in the report along with Frelly's notes. He gives us a nod and covers a yawn with his hand, heading off to the cabin to sleep. We break away as I head back to my tent. No, I don't miss it. I shake my head. No, I'm content here. I'm in no rush to return. Then a good thing you're here now. Maybe this can be a home you long to return to after a time away. Hey, anywhere you are feels like home, baby girl. Serendipity needs to stop doing strange things to their clothes. I agree. I agree? Sounds like nonsense. I shake my head. All of this sounds like gibberish. It is. I don't expect anyone to understand. Only Radia does. She's from somewhere else, too. What do you mean? Oh, don't tell her I said that. Jen! I'm gonna tell her. Huh? Jen fidgets her hands and glances towards the forest. Keep patrolling. You won't find anything, though. Not today. As he leaves as fast as he came and leads me to my duties, he was right. I don't find anything. Woo! In the afternoon, I hear voices coming from the training yard. Okay, battering ram time. I've heard of it. I nod. I think I played it as a kid. I told you it's a kid's game. It's just about getting the ball across the opposing goal, right? Though, through any means necessary, we'll go over all the rules. She claps her hands. I don't know why you always insist on having wit. He doesn't even want to play. I rush to the other side as we pass between each other. Serendipity swipes for me, but I dodge out of their grasp in a swift maneuver. I tuck and roll and get it across the goal line. We go through more and more rounds until I feel nearly drenched in sweat. It's a good workout, and I get to see some of my comrades' abilities in action in a way I hadn't yet. The mages seem content to stand back and use their magic until Frelly starts chasing Wit around, attempting to tackle him. I don't even have the ball! I grab the ball, but it's wrenched from my grasp by Jin's magic. Damn it! Yeah, I grab at it, but it flips to the other side. I try again and again, and each time it kept teasingly out of reach. Damn, Jin is really, fucking with me. Hey, I glance around the field where Zerg grins mischievously at me and gives me away before sending it flinging towards Frelly, who battles for it with Radia. Serendipity catches the ball next and winces, shaking their head. Fuck, I broke a nail. Yeah, they grow back. Throw it here. Yeah. You said this wasn't a blood sport. Thought that I was told there was no blood allowed, and yet here we are. I gesture to my leg. Blood caused intentionally by another. I fear you did this to yourself, damn. I could argue that you threw the ball too far for me to get. I'm simply training you to keep on your toes. She jokes along with me, but falls quiet. I'm sorry. I'm just joking around. I'm not mad. I know, I'm still sorry. Oh, look at us. Jin features... Thanks, Jin, after teasing me. It looks familiar, dangling on the edge of my memory. Is that a symbol of Sarah? He looks up with a blink, following my gaze. It's an honoring memory, one of Sarah's older symbols. That's cool that we recognize it. We had nothing to sell in terms of physical items, but there are other ways to profit. All of Frelly's notes are on the ruins. Well, the original buyer didn't also negotiate the rights to exclusivity on that. There are plenty of other scholars who are interested and are paying a pretty price for them. Yeah! Ask him about the other person. Keep quiet. We said we wouldn't do it, so we're not going to do it this time. Plus, we already know. They're so cute! I decide not to say anything. I made a promise to Jin to not ask him anything about whoever this person was, and I intend to keep it. He runs his fingers through Cope's hair, humming quietly. Jin was my first student, and they don't want to listen. We like... stormy days. I like it best when it's storming. Jin shakes her head, and Serendipity laughs. Then perhaps I shall have to take you on a ship ride. We will sail right into the eye of the storm. Darius finally comes back around, grabbing his dinner and thanking me with a nod. What's your favorite weather, Commander? Wintertime, I'm old. Stay inside, head back. Nah, we're gonna go back to the tent. Because we're cool like that. Sunny! With a chance. I've ridden horses before. I've never ridden a horse before. I'm scared of horses. Well, we've never ridden one before. We just walked fucking everywhere, which is insane. Or we did the Skyrim thing where we just had, like, people take us places. I watch the others see how they do it, trying to copy the movement. It takes a few tries to hoist myself up onto her, and I feel a little unsteady in the saddle, trying to get my feet into the loops. I take a short walk, and I bounce up and down uncomfortably with the winds. I take a look around at the others and wonder how they're all managing with their new steeds. Let's go! Wait. I got too excited. I gotta say first. Let's go! I'm not gonna be able to handle it. I head over to Radia, where she's speaking softly to her new steed. It seems a little nervous, its tail swishing back and forth quickly. How's it going? It's been a big change for him. I think he's just getting used to this place. She raises a hand and carefully rubs his neck. He flinches ever so slightly, and she pulls back. We'll need time to get to know each other. Give him a name yet? Sundancer. Wow! Look at us having similar names. We really are meant to be. Wow. Sundancer is a tall stallion, a brown coat with a dark mane, and a white stripe across his face. He has feathered white legs. There was an old story about the Beacon Light Shaper told me once, of Maiden coming to our world and seeing how we live day in and day out. We saw our sin and sorrow firsthand, our injustices. He learned much and traveled around the city where he landed to help people wherever he went. It's why the Sanctuary does the same now. But in all of the pain, he saw our joy as well. Our love, our kindness, and compassion, that we are all of us, made of so many different parts. The tale goes that he was invited to dance by a performer on the street, and he danced with everyone around before returning to the celestial realm. Others claim a piece of him never returned, that he still lives among us, and dances with us still. What do you think? I am no theologist. Still, why would he not want to stay? Why do they confine themselves to their realm to watch over us and not truly understand the beauty of life here? She raises a hand out in front of her, moving each finger independently. The beauty of a material body, to touch and to feel, to see other hearts and feel the same emotion in your own. There's beauty in immortality, in impermanence. Take a deep breath. I do as she asks, and she breathes with me. Taste the air upon your tongue. Radia, you were not joking. Everything she does is, like, mildly sexual. Taste the air upon your tongue, the scent of the forest and the world, the cool breeze across your skin, the warmth of the light. Girl's just sensual. The trees, the brilliant blue sky, the sight of friends and the sound of their laughter. There are gifts grounded upon this plane. It matters because it's real. It matters because it isn't forever. The gods grant us gifts, knowledge and magic, but to offer advice, I think they must first walk among us. Among us! Sorry. You sound like a theologist to me. She chuckles at that. Just someone with a different perspective. It's why the Beacon appreciates my opinion. As much as she is taught, she was a student too. We must never assume we know everything, God's included in that. She never thought it blasphemous? Others might, never her. She takes a step forward, reaching her hand out to Sundancer. He trots forward and elbows against it. There we go. All we needed is a little time. Glancing back at me, she gives me a soft smile. I hope that, in time, we will learn to understand each other better. Oh, trust. That's the plan. I can answer anything you want to know. And rob me of the joy of discovering it for myself? Oh. Hey, yo. She takes my hand then. Thumb brushing across my knuckles. I have a hand thing. You can't do this to me. I wish to learn your... Not my name! I wish to learn your joy, your sorrows, your sin, and passion. She gives me a nod and a fluid motion, hoists herself onto Sundancer and glances over her shoulder. Think you can keep up? No. Not really. I'm feeling very weak all of a sudden. She urges him forward in a race, and I can't help but smile as I gallop behind her. I spend the rest of the time getting used to riding Sunny and then dropping her off at the stables. I brush down her coat and give her an apple, which she devours. The stable is pretty full, but everyone is in good spirits for dinner that night. And like that, it's over. Oh. But I can load. Boop, boom, boom. Time to float with... What? Time to flirt with you, Wit. That's what I was trying to say. Jesus H. I take a seat next to Wit, who shoots me a dirty look over his shoulder. What are you doing? Sitting next to you, is that a crime? Is that a crime now? Should be. I warm my hands by the fire and he snorts. If you're trying to get warm, you pick the wrong person. That's true. I already picked Radia once, though. Are you freezing all the time? At some point, you just stop feeling it. I gesture to his gloves. Do you always wear those? As if it's any of your business. Oh, okay, Elsa, relax. I'm just trying to get to know you. Well, I don't. I don't want to be known. I could tell you about myself. I know enough as is. I don't know what your game is here, but I'm not playing. You're as bad as serendipity. He lets out not serendipity, closes his eyes and takes a deep breath in and out as if he's meditating. From across the fire, I see that Radia is watching the two of us. When she notices me, she glances away. You're persistent. I don't know what to do with you. I laugh. You don't have to do anything. We could just sit here if you'd like. I nudge his plate his way and he picks up the food before eating it. We sit quietly enjoying the food. I finally glance over. Do you have compliments for the chef? He snorts and I swear I see the corner of his lip quirk up. Are you smiling? No. I saw it. It's documented. Too bad. I think you'd look good with a smile. He chokes on the food, coughing. Oh! Bro's good. Now it's our time. We were a wreck last time. Now we could just make Wit a wreck and then it balances out. Balance, baby. He chokes on his food, coughing. Yeah, good luck trying to get one. Is that a challenge? Oh gods, you're gonna make it one. No, it's not. Too late. I have my mission. He shovels more food in his mouth, trying to ignore me, but I see him fighting to keep his mouth straight. We finish our meal, and I head back to my tent for the night. Bro is gonna be an untangled mess. Balance as all things should be, exactly. That's what polyamory's all about. No, I don't. And then we done this, Roddy. I can't do this again. I don't limit myself, baby. Sheesh. Obviously they need my expertise, and we're gonna have to push him again. I'm sorry, Wit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I apologize. I'm so sorry about this. I lost a bet. What are you talking about? I can't finish, as I've already pushed him in the water. Polyamory is a hot, dominant woman and an easily flustered man. Exactly. That I don't make the rules. That's how it works. And they're both exactly. I'm living my best life right now. Was. It's too weak, even if I hadn't caught him. Poor thing. Poor little frozen cat. I've hunted before. Yep. Even after... No, it doesn't matter. Oh! I raise my hands and surrender. That was all serendipity. You don't get off the hook here. He's shivering, shaking like a leaf. Will he actually take it this time? Are you alright? As if you care. No, I care. Well, it's my fault. He lets out a huff. I'm fine. Clothes dry. Don't be stupid. It's cold out. You need that. You need it more. I don't want it. Fine. I was just trying to make amends. I pull my cloak back on. Damn it, you didn't take it this time. I don't understand why you don't just leave. No, oh my god, he's stubborn. He is. Stop being stubborn and take my coat. For the glory. Coercive. And then we won't take it. I like both. Yeah. There's nothing. Oh wait, wrong one. No. Gotta make sure we stay consistent. Battering ram is so funny. This part is like so good. Sorry for... You said this wasn't a blood sport. Keep quiet. Shut your mouth. And we like stormy days. Head back to my tent. Sunny. Battering ram might be the funniest thing I've ever written. You know, it's definitely a contender, if nothing else. Alright, here we go. I walk over to Wit, who's about 20 feet away from his horse. How's it going? It hates me. That's how it's going. I'm sure it doesn't hate you. It just has to get to know you. It won't come anywhere near me, see? He takes a few steps forward, and the horse backs up. He tosses his hands in the air. This would happen on the farm, too. The rooster used to chase me around to get away from this. Crowbar, you mean? Him too, but before that. He lets out a sigh. I don't know why Darius thought it was such a good idea to get horses. It's a lot of upkeep. They're expensive. We'll need the food for them and to clean them up and clean up after them. He wrinkles his face. They don't smell good either. You're insulting the poor thing. No wonder it wants nothing to do with you. His eyes nearly roll out of his head. Come on, what have you named him? I'm not naming it anything. It's a horse. Horses don't have names. Wait, both names are really similar to yours. Yeah, what the hell? It's meant to be. He has to have a name. Mine is Sunny. He glances at my horse, the corner of his lip twitching. I glance over at his horse. He's smaller than the others and looks hardy. He has a thick white coat and a tousled mane that falls in front of his eyes. What about Snowy? That's so good. Gray, this just means we're too similar. That's what that fucking means. He's white. He matches you. I flick a lock of his hair as he dodges that out of the way. We're not naming it Snowy. That's stupid. Hey, my name's just as stupid. Just give him a name and be nicer. Don't call him Smelly either. He folds his arm and glares at it. You're sending off bad signals. Of course it doesn't want to be next to you. Well, I'll try it on you too. But yet, here you are. Oh! Clocked us. Kinda got us there. Kinda ate with that? Did Whip finally eat with something? Might have. He digs his foot into the grass. All around him, frost begins to coat the blades. You're also ruining his food supply. Whit grits his teeth. Come on, just think of something. Whit's quiet for a while, watching the horse graze. Fine, I don't know. Donnie. Yeah, it's really similar. What the fuck? That's a cute name, yeah. Why Donnie? Now you want an explanation? Isn't it enough just to name it? I explained why Snowy might fit. Ugh, fine. There was a dog in the village where I grew up. He would always run around and greet people. Mangy thing. He didn't like me. You named your horse who doesn't like you after a dog who didn't like you. That's not... I always wanted him to. Everyone else got to pet him, but he would just growl at me and... Fuck, this is so stupid. Why am I telling you this? I'm not a child anymore. He seethes in place, closing his eyes. He just wanted his affection like everyone else had. That's normal, Whit. Did you ever have a pet growing up? He shakes his head. He's copying you. Yeah, what the fuck are you copying me, Whit? That's really cute. Everyone just wants to be loved, and pets usually love unconditionally. It just ruins everything. He brushes his thumb against the center of his palm. They can sense the magic and they hate it, even before I knew I had it. Let's try together. He gives me a wary look. I head over and try to coax Donnie forward. I reach out a hand and he comes up to me right away. Donnie nuzzles sweetly against my hand and I stroke his mane and scratch behind his ears. Hey, Donnie, he's a good boy. He tosses his head and hey, we're saying good boy, and which just like, that could be me. That's all. He tosses his head and circles around me once. Of course he likes you. What does that mean? You're just... He shakes his head. I don't know. Just different. Not really. Me and Roddy are kind of just two sides of the same fucking coin. I carefully lead Donnie over. He struggles against the reins, but I keep him calm as I lead him to Whit. Hold out your hand. He does as instructed, albeit reluctantly. Donnie doesn't seem very enthused, but eventually heads to him, checking him over. He does rear or buck or freak out, so I consider it a success. He doesn't do that. It'll just take time for him to be comfortable with you. I don't know why you care about helping me. Why wouldn't I? I come over to you for a reason, Whit. I don't get that either. Maybe it'll just take time for you to get comfortable with me. He pauses as I hand him Donnie's reins and mount back onto Sunny. I spend the rest of the time getting used to riding Sunny and then dropping her off at the stables. I brush down her coat and give her an apple, which she devours. The stable is pretty full, but everyone's in good spirits for dinner that night. Oh, look at them. Cuties. Alright, now we gotta see the Frelly scenes with Effie. So hopefully I have an Effie save that I could just go back to willy-nilly. Yes, I do. Frelly Relly. Effie, sit next to me. I'm coming. Slowly. Oh, we can put her back on screen. Effie! I missed her. She waves me over eagerly, having noticed me looking around for a spot. I take a seat next to her and she beams. She points down at the plate. This is really good. I haven't had a lot of stuff like this before. What do you usually eat? Lots of meat. Oh, do you wish this had meat in it? No, not at all. It's kind of nice for a change. It's like that meme on TikTok that I see where, like, the boyfriend's gone, we can finally have food that doesn't have protein in it. I grew up eating mostly dwarven dishes, and those are like meat stew, pot roast, grilled bean on sticks, and mushrooms occasionally as the vegetable. Are mushrooms vegetables? I think they're culinary a vegetable, but classified as a fungi. Did you know there are thousands of types of magical fungi that grow in the caves around here? Some theories suggest that a few of them are sentient, just like you and me. Maybe not just like you and me, but still. Now, I don't want to cook mushrooms anymore. I don't think those types are edible anyway. Well, we're edible, to a dragon, at least. Or are we equivalent of dragons to mushrooms? Wow, maybe. She's having a conversation with herself. She giggles and pushes her shoulder against mine. You and I would make a pretty good theorizing pair. We could write a book. Oh my gosh, let's do it! All about mushrooms? But that wouldn't leave much room for anything else. Frelly's just me! God damn it! Laughing at her own joke, she kicks her feet. I'm being called out. I feel called out right now. Well, about anything, really. I wanted to write a book about this region and everything I've experienced and studied. I think it'd be really helpful for people because so much is unexplored. I think you should do it. You think so? Would you read it? Yeah! I nod and make her beam from ear to ear. Someone has got to tell me about the 1,000 different types of magical fungi around here. You got a message to spread to the world. This is my solemn duty. She places a hand over her heart before cracking one eye open with another laugh. Then she twists her lips. Sometimes I wonder... But she cuts herself off and shakes her head. Ah, never mind. Another time. What is it? Just silly thoughts. I've got to go to bed anyway. I'm always up to see the sunrise. She gives me a wave and takes my plate to drop off at the guild hall and head to my own tent and get ready for bed. Okay, Frelly, tell me more. I want more mushroom. And God, no, we don't. I have to remember the Effie specific answers. What if I like bad habits, eh? Obviously, they need my expertise. I could be a troublemaker if I wanted to. I'm not new with that. But then we're gonna do it anyway. Make a dumbass joke. I've hunted before. Offer him his cloak that he's gonna decline. Sorry, I know I talk a lot. I guess I'm just really excited to have someone new to share it with and maybe try to impress you. You don't need to try to impress me. You already have. You're very passionate about your work. She lets out a nervous laugh, playing with the edge of her sleeve. I am. I've always been curious about learning about our past history. This land is uncharted, unexplored. We get to be the ones to put the pieces back together and see what happened and how it affects our future. Something happened to the people who once lived in Renalian. I want to understand how they lived, what was important to them, and what caused everything to go wrong. She looks around at the ruins as we speak. Sometimes it feels like I'm there, you know? I'm right there with them when I hold what they once held. They were all the same. No matter how much time is stretched on between us, it makes me feel like a part of history. I want to be known for my good fashion, my fashion sense. I don't know if we were coerced at that time or not. I don't even remember. I don't think we were. I'm as lost as you are. I don't fucking know. We'll send it to the person who hired us. Yep. Wait, but we're doing it for Frelly. You know what, Frelly? We still need the money. I'm sorry. I prefer time at camp. I don't like leaving. There's nothing left. Yes, I miss my family. I feel at my edge of my sleeve. I do. More than I thought I would. I'm sorry. I hope in time the ache to return home will fade and this can be a new home. Take solace in that your home will always be here waiting for you. She fell silent for a moment, eyes on the floor. She dunks a pair of pants. Yeah, the damn pants. Anything is possible? What's battering wham? Now we're reading all the answers. We didn't make a promise this time around. Hey, no wet socks for us. And we said sunny days, stay inside. Sunny days. I've ridden horses before. Frelly time. I make my way over to Frelly when she's with Cricket. Yay, Cricket! She is brushing his coat down. His eyes are closed and he looks very content. She looks up and gives me a bright smile. Oh, look at her. What a beauty. She stands on her tiptoes to stroke my horse's muzzle. What'd you call her? Sunny. Sunny. Well, it's very nice to meet you. She glances around at the others with their steeds. Everyone seems to be having a good time. What about you? Me? I always have a good time. I'm sorry you didn't get a new horse as well. Don't be silly. I have Cricket. She scratches his neck and leans into her touch. I wouldn't want a replacement for the world. Still, they shouldn't have at least given you the option for a pony or something. That's all right. It all worked out in the end. And then there was an extra one for you. That makes me feel better. She gives me a warm smile. Did you know that in many underground dwarven communities, they use ashen crawlers, beasts of burden, designed for the climates and rocky terrain beneath the earth? They use them to pull wagons and to travel. What do they look like? Squat and muscular, with thick, shaggy gray coats. They also shed their coats, and that's used for a lot of blankets and clothing. I've read all about them. You've never seen one in person? Well, I was born topside. Mom's from there, but she's never been back. She said I wouldn't like it much. Sometimes it feels like... She trails off and Cricket nuzzles into her hand. She pulls out the apple he's chasing and feeds it to him. Yeah? Just that I read these things in books or hear it secondhand. I can read and speak Dwarvish, and I've never had to, you know? I just wonder what life would have been like if I had been born there instead. I hope you still would have ended up here. She laughs. Like I was fated. You sound like Jin. If not that, then I hope we'd still get a chance to meet. She nudges me playfully. I bet we would. That'd be nice. I wouldn't trade the life I've had for anything, but sometimes it's nice just to think, wonder. That's what life is about, after all, wondering. That's all I fucking do, that's for sure. You could always travel to a dwarven city and experience it for yourself. That's true. It's just different coming as a visitor versus growing up somewhere your whole life. It's somewhere I should fit in, but I'm scared. I just won't. Why not? So she shrugs. It's just different sometimes. Mom left for a reason, you know? Maybe I'm longing for something I shouldn't be. She shakes her head with a laugh. Sorry, it's just nice to talk it out with someone. You're easy to talk to. I'm glad. She nudges me again, and her smile could chase every cloud from the sky. I spend the rest of the time getting used to riding Sunny and then dropping her off at the stables. I brush down her coat and give her an apple, which she devours. The stable is pretty full, but everyone's in good spirits for dinner that night. How sweet, my Frelly. Frelly's just me as fuck. I relate to Frelly on such a deep level. Alright, I don't know what to do for Darius. I'm almost, like, convinced I should just play as myself because it's just going to be a friendship thing anyway. So, like, just for the sake of just getting it in there. Yeah, that's me. But we should worship a god. I hate playing as myself. I hate it so much. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. It's only just for the funsies. Darius, talk to me. Let's... God, I'm none of these. I'm coercive. Good enough. My past is my own. I'm mysterious. I understand. I won't pry. Good. Because I'm going to pry into your shit, Darius. If I click that button one more time. Yes. Okay. Yes, I do. Let's get the... Okay, but we can get a specific one. I'll just have to save here so I can come back and just redo it real fast. So we'll do one with the goddess that he worships, which is Sarah, right? The counterpart to Ymdir, she protects all those in the untamed spaces of the world, such as animals. Hunters who take too much from her bounty fear her wrath. Very good. Marking that down, he nods. There's one thing I'm obligated to ask. No, I need specific dialogue. As you follow the faith, perhaps you've acquired an associated temple, but before I can bring you on, I just need to confirm that you have a license. Yeah, I do. Just don't. Lie to him again. No. I don't have one, and I never will. I actually do want to see what happens there, but it's probably going to end it. I can see you're rather firm on that. I understand not every mage is comfortable with that requirement, but unfortunately I cannot have a renegade mage as part of the guild. Thank you for your time. No! I knew he was going to do it, and I was still like... Oh, cunning. Okay, wait, I could go back. If I load. Yes. Let's back to reality. There we go. Cunning. Yeah. I'm just gonna lie to you this time. How about that? How about them apples? Present a forged copy. I hand him the forged document and he glances through it. Everything seems to be in order then. Good. Well, thank you for answering all those. It's very informative. Yep. Don't worry about it. Yes, I'm comfortable being the party cook. I'm not sure. I need a place to lie low for a while. You want to be the first. This is a place away from it all where you can leave the past behind. His gaze drops for a moment. He slaps his knees as he stands with a groan. Yeah. Pet it eagerly. I promise, and I won't break the promise, I promise, Farley. A battle mage carving fiercely a path forward. As he opens her eyes, for a moment, I swear I can see the stars reflected in them. The constellation was bright last night. I made a mark of it. What constellation? The arrow, pointing north. Whoa, wait! That's weird as hell, because I'm a Sagittarius. I'm onto you, Jin. Away from the past and towards a brighter future. Jin glances away, fiddling with their long fingers on. That's pretty cool. Are you sure you weren't just listening in to Darius and me talking? Oh! Forget the stars. You're right outside the guild hall. You'd be able to hear everything I was telling Darius. It actually makes them raise their voice beyond the breathy whisper it usually is. I'm not an eavesdrop. Darius has told me not to listen, so I don't. Peach lets out a bark, whining around Jin's leg. Peach says I can't keep you. Oh, get some extra. See 2 figures. Yeah. Thank you for the warning. Everyone has been nice. Lie. It's just so funny to lie. Everyone's been welcoming. I feel very welcomed. They hum, lips curled into a smirk. Do you now? Well, that's all we could ask for. Maybe. Can't make up your mind? Don't worry, you're a little head about it. We'll find out. I'm gonna cheat. Let's go. Time to cheat, bitches. Fudge the roll. My first roll lands on a 2. Hardly good enough. My eyes flick to Saren, and they're preoccupied. I quickly flip the dice over so it lands neat on a 6 instead. They glance up and grin. Ready for the second roll? They roll it once, dice landing on a 6, and then they grin. I roll my second dice and it lands on a 3. Oh, would you look at that? 11 for me, -1 for 10 total. 9 total for me. They laugh and roll over. Seems my luck is intact. Fuck! But I notice something. When they move and shift the blanket, my dice bounces easily where theirs stays still. In a quick moment, I grab the dice and feel how heavy it is. This is weighted. Oh, shit! Sarah gasps, a hand to their chest. Are you calling me a cheater? Yes. They hum, tail paddling. Takes one to know one, it seems. Don't think I didn't notice, darling. Oh! They grin. Call it even. You and I both. Effie's just chilling out here too. She just wanted to be a part of it. It's okay. That sounds like more fun to me. Fine, but I'm not dicing with you again. Saren pouts. We can use your dice. I'm sure there's plenty of tricks in them too. They lean on one arm, tail flicking lazily across their legs. Looks like my luck continues. They wink. Well, I got to meet you. Another shuck. Don't even start. I could never tell her that her shit isn't interesting, okay? I could never. Complainers don't get fed, bitches. To killing monsters and making money. I just want to see what this one's about. I raise my bowl. Let's kick some ass and earn some gold, shall we? A cheer rises. Roddy doesn't join in, but gives me a polite smile before going back to her food. Darius chuckles and takes a swig from a hip glass flask. Everyone settles easily back into their conversations. I clear everyone's plates for the night. I place my sword, scabbard, and shield down by my bed. I have a few... Yeah, we don't care about your background, darling. I just kind of threw some stuff together. Wait, what do I want to see? I carefully place my idol of Sarah by my bedside. It's a wooden carving of a wolf howling. I carefully adjust the few adventuring materials I have. But it's empty. I take a seat on my bed, which bends beneath my weight. I join because I was running from a past that still haunts me. Out here in these woods, it feels like nothing will trouble me again. But can I be so sure? Dude, I'm so mysterious, holy shit. I'm the most mysterious. I have an arrangement similar to Frelly with a blunted stick and a wooden shield I have and hold in front of me. Said I go offensive. Yeah. Dude, I can't wait to play Veilguard and to be a warrior because there's not enough warrior lovers out there, and I'm one of them. I love it. Yeah, I miss my family. I like my family, don't worry. I just have a dark past, don't worry. Needed to get away for a bit. He squints at me. Away from what? None of your business. None of your business, yeah. Veilguard, hell yeah. Dude, I had to block like so many hashtags today because people are just like posting shit and I feel like it's like too much stuff I shouldn't know already. Like there's one thing that I'm a little sad that I already know and I'm like, fuck! But it's fine, whatever. But I blocked it so hopefully I don't get any more spoilers. Where are you from? We're not friends! Okay, good task. You're right. Commander Darius, let's go! I didn't save. Let's go! Assessing my options, I figure my best bet is beside the commander. I take a seat beside him on the grass and he ships over, placing a hand on a tipped over log that's sitting on and he groans. Grass is wet, get up here. I take a seat and he stirs the rice around, giving me an appraising look. You're not a bad cook. Thanks, Darius. Thank you, sir. Joke that it's secretly been poisoned. Not bad. I am amazing. I hold my head up. I think I deserve better than not bad. Yeah, I'm not falling at your feet. It's good. Is that better? Not really. When you wow me, you'll know. Alright, fine. He takes another mouthful and chews in silence, eyes distant. He scratches an itch behind his ear. It's good for morale, having a good meal. You make it sound like we're at war. It's not just soldiers that need good spirits. But you're not a soldier. Remember that, alright? I'm your commander, but this is no battalion. You can tell me to piss off. Gods know the others do. They don't listen? Frowley does, eager to please that one. He takes another bite. It's good to be challenged. Good to have other voices, whether I listen to them or not. We're all trying to coexist and etch our life here. We gotta rely on each other. He takes a look around the group. Sometimes it's easier said than done. His eyes finally fall on me. But I got a good feeling about you. Don't get those often. He finishes his plate and takes my finished one. I'll do the washing up. Take an early night. With the tip of his head, he makes a round to gather up the dirty dishes and head to the guild hall. I head back to my tent. You can roll back to see the other dialogue options too if you want. Yeah, that's a good idea. Instead of having to go all the way back around. Give me the... Thank you, sir. I nod eagerly. Thank you, Commander. I'm glad I can provide. He hums low in his throat. Keep up the good work, pup. Not pup! He takes another mouthful and chews in silence, eyes distant. He scratches an itch behind his ear. Oh, okay, cool. Joke that it's secretly been poisoned. The secret ingredient is a toxic poison. I will now assume command of the guild. Well, it tastes good. Worst ways to go. True, true. He shakes his head with a snort. Of course, I wind up with another smart mouth. Look, man. He takes another mouthful and chews in silence. That's so funny. With the tip of his head, he makes a round to gather up the dirty dishes and head to the guild hall. I head back to my tent. Love hanging out with the old man. Yeah. Sounds nice. Sorry. I'd rather stay home. I'm less than thrilled. I was looking forward to spending time in camp and getting accustomed to life here. Now I'm gonna camping in the woods and walking until my legs ache. Alright, Saren, relax. I let out a sigh behind gritted teeth. Here goes nothing. I don't want to talk about it. Oof, you and Wit would make quite the pair. Fine, I won't pry. We walk together silently for a while as Bird peeps at us overhead. Serendipity resumes their humming. I'm on my best behavior, don't worry. Be more like Joy. She's on her best behavior. Yeah, be more like me. That's me! I still get to dare you too. Yeah! Yes, but I've got an idea now. Gladly. Your wish is my command. Not your wish is my command. Okay. They clap their hands again. Oh, I knew I liked you. I head over to the river where Wit is bent over. Poor Wit, man. I'm so sorry about this. I lost a bet. What are you about to? Yep. We've seen each one there, so. Well, we both get dares for each other because they cheated. So did you! I kind of like the idea. That's really fun that they both cheated. I wish I could have done that for Effie. She waves a hand for both of us to stop. She steeples her fingers over her forehead, shoulders shaking with held back laughter. Hunting is sacred to my goddess. I follow Sarah. Hunters who take up too much from her domain are punished with her wrath. But hunting for food is a part of a life cycle. I've been trained to hunt. With a prayer to her, I head out to find what lies in her bounty, bringing back small bits of game. That's cool. Let him be. He's so prickly that I just think it's best to move on. The flames of the fire prickle between us. I don't understand why you don't just leave. Just get out of here. I hate this. I want to be back in my tent at the camp. When I close my eyes, I cry. I try and pretend I'm back there. Sleep takes me. I step in. Let me do it. I know a thing or two about opening doors. She stands off to the side as I pull out my lockpicks. Oh shit! With ever so delicate touch, I slip them past the magical wards. The metal of them doesn't trigger in the same way mortal touch does. I fiddle with the lock and the steel breaks in the open door. Look at you. Handy to have around. Heading inside, the air is stuffy. We're handy! For good deeds. Consider this payback. This Claire shoots daggers at me. Swallowing hard, they tentatively push the vine away. That's so funny. I love that scene for him. I'm as lost as you are. I don't know shit. And we've seen all these, so let's just sell it. That'll make Darius happy. I prefer time at camp. I want to stay home. Sure. Yeah, I miss it. Missing things. I've heard of it. She runs, but probably charge it. Yeah, and this is just specific to your class stuff. The mages seem content to stand back. I don't even have the ball. When they attempt to retaliate, I slam my fist into the ground and, oh my gosh, and barrier of rock and sand rises just in time to block the goal and allow Roddy to grab it and set. Holy shit, okay. Relax, Earthbender. Do you worship Sarah as well? He glances up sharply, following my gaze. It's honoring a memory, one of Sarah's older symbols. I know, I have one too. I pull up the symbol of Sarah, a wood carving as well, only it's a wolf howling. He stares at it without blinking. Not as fond of that one. Hey! He picks up the twisting branch, crushing a callous thumb along the wood. Are you a follower? I'm fond of her work. Don't talk about it much, but helps keep me grounded. It's not like Maiden with his sanctuary and cathedrals. He has just more chill, lone wolf style. Keep quiet. And let's do snowy days. I like it best when it's snowing, which is not true. I don't like snow at all. Serendipity shivers. This is a little too cold for me. Yeah, I'm with them. But you can get bundled up and have snowball fights and make snow angels and build snowmen. It's fun. Oh. He hums. Wintertime. Stay inside. Sunny. How many times am I going to sing that each time? I'm scared of horses. That's just true. Alright, go to the commander. I head over to Commander Darius where he's tending to his new horse. It seems a little skittish as he tries to coax it forward. Come here, girl. You know I don't mean any harm. He lets her smell him, and suddenly she rears, hoofs kicking. He backs away slowly, hands in front, and brows drawn together. You alright? Just peachy. She has a sleek brown coat with a dark mane, her tail sitting high as she eyes Darius warily. What's got her so spooked? Darius scratches at his chin, clenching his jaw. He responds flatly. Must not like me very much. Could you switch with someone? He dismisses that with a wave of his hand. Nah, doesn't mean I give up on her just like that. Just gotta show her she can trust me. Ain't that right, girl? She hoofs the ground and tosses her mane. Named her yet? The corner of the lip quirks upwards. Cinnamon. I was thinking, for her coat. Peach is sorta peachy colored, I guess. That's how you're... Is that how you name all your animals? Never been that creative, but nah, Peach was... He swallows. I didn't name her. How about yours? Sunny. That's a good one. He holds out a cautious hand, but Cinnamon rejects it. He lets out a gravely sigh. I hope she warms up to you. Maybe she doesn't like gray hair. You'll get control of her. She'll be listening to you soon enough once she's settled. She'd be the first. Darius sighs again. I'll leave her for today. I'm sure she's as tired as I am. old man. He gives me a nod of the head. You enjoy yourself now, you hear? And then I'll go back real fast, because I'm pretty sure that's where it cuts off. I hope she warms up to you. There's nothing wrong with a flavor choice. I love flavor choices. I have a game only full of flavor choices. I'm sure she'll warm up to you eventually, Commander. Thank you, Joy. You're very kind. Darius sighs again. I'll leave her for today. I'm sure she's as tired as I am. And maybe she doesn't like gray hair. I know what it is. She doesn't like all that gray hair. She needs a Leland Young rider. Darius barks a laugh, covering it with his fist. You might be onto something, smart ass. Darius sighs again. I'll leave her for today, I'm sure. Yeah. You enjoy yourself now, you hear? I nod back as he moseys on back to the guild hall. I spend the rest of the time getting used to riding Sunny and then dropping her off at the stables. Yay! We did it, y'all! We fucking did it. I think we've seen pretty much everything. And Effie's just here chilling again. Ugh, my voice hurts a little bit. Darius Cowboy era. But I'm glad that we were able to see everything. There's so much. Like, it's so detailed how much shit you put in. Like, even between just, like you just accounted for so much. That attention to detail is what makes games great anyway, in my opinion. So, kudos to you. And of course I'm excited for the next episodes. I'm going to be playing them over and over again. And this time I'll have OCs to do it with. And I'm really happy with Wilhelm and Clara. And I'm definitely going to, like, make them eventually. Yeah, good on the throat. Gosh, when it comes to, like, picking who a favorite was, I don't know, I guess it would be Roddy, because every time I talk to her, it's just, like, that's what I play dating sims for, is to feel that flustered. I mean, I really do like, just being sweet to Wit, because I like Wit. Frelly is a sweetheart. I think Saren still might be one of my favorites, though. Like, I think I kind of chose the best first, almost. I ended up liking them a lot more than I was planning to. So, I don't know. It's pretty even all across. Like, I'm having a good time regardless. So, even just hanging with Darius is pretty cool. I like that that's an option, even though you don't get to romance him. Sarah just sits stiffer a little bit. Just a little bit. I just like Sarah. They're really fun. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for today. I'm probably going to get some food here soon, because your girl is hungry, and being a cook and seeing all this food is making me even more hungry. But, I don't have my new stream schedule up, but, you know, I have it up here, don't worry. So tomorrow, at 11 a.m. CST, we'll be playing the rest of Quaint, so it'll be in the next game that we're also finishing. But hey, we finished Silver Shields today, so that means in this slot, we'll be putting Dragon Age Inquisition! So it's gonna be a good time. And I've already got an idea of what I'm gonna do. I basically am setting up perfectly for the Veilguard. So I'm gonna be, like, playing, like, Romancing Solace, which I've done before, but, you know, I've never finished the game, so I get to, like, go through the whole thing, experience the agony, experience the pain, experience the joy. But yes, we'll be playing the rest of Quaint tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. Then on Friday, we'll be playing Ardency, and finishing Artie's route. And then Sunday will be The Sims once again. So we're going to have an exciting next couple of days. And then as for next week, it's going to be a little different on how things work, but I'll still be streaming. It'll just be at a different time. But that's pretty much it. And yeah, we're Romancing Solace. Yeah! I want to set up a perfect Inky for my first playthrough of Veilguard. So it's going to be juicy. So be here if you want to see it. Also, I have silver nails for Silver Shields. I didn't even... Look, guys! My toes are also painted that way, too. So I could have said something about that earlier. Oh, well, whatever. But I had such a good time. Thank you, Gray, for making your game. Like, I love these kinds of games. I love that, you know, your characters are all just so likable, so it's always a fun time throughout. And there's very rare amounts of dating sims that I enjoy, where I enjoy romancing every single person. So it's just nice. But yeah, that's pretty much all from me. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your days. Eat your food, do your things, and we'll talk later tomorrow. Bye-bye. See ya early in the morning.